meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where do they go? To meet the Mets! Oh, they're hollering and cheering and they're jumping in their seats. Where do they go? To meet the Mets! All the fans are true to the orange and blue, so hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball club, the Mets of New York town. Give 'em a yell! Give 'em a hand! And let 'em know you're rooting in the stand. Come on and meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town, of New York town.
What is up, Mets and baseball fans? Thank you all so much for chiming in. I really appreciate you all. Just give me 1 second as I'm still getting everything set up. All right, perfect. How's it going, everybody? Appreciate you all being here. Let's go. Big game today for the Mets, as we know, and a big in-game live. In-game, my goodness, I can't even talk. I've been so excited for today with Lindor coming back. But we have an in-game live stream here where I'll be sharing my own commentary and reaction per usual. If you guys are just chiming in, thank you all so much for being here. I really, really appreciate you all. Again, this is an exciting time. The Mets, who have had so many things going wrong for them over this 14-game stretch against just the Dodgers and the Giants, find themselves now in the beginning of a 10-game homestand tonight in their final matchup against the NL West team that is such a powerhouse, that being the best team in baseball right now, the Giants. We have Tylor Megill on the mound facing off against southpaw and Sammy Long, and the man of the hour is, in fact, Mr. Smile, Francisco Lindor, because he has returned from his long IL stint. He's been injured, as we know, since July 16th when he hurt his oblique on a swing in Pittsburgh. He's back. He's batting third in the lineup with Javi Baez, his good friend, batting fourth. They'll be at second and shortstop together in that middle infield. They will be inseparable now and going forward. And boy, oh boy, am I excited. But again, I just want to say thank you all so much to everyone that's just chiming in the stream. Robert, Ryan, Nathan, Emmanuel, Keith, Jesse. Let's go down the list further. Ghostway, my man. Gerald, great member on the channel. Brandon, Christian, Alexander. All you guys, thank you all so much if you're just chiming in. Robert, appreciate you all. Make sure to smash those buttons as you're just rolling in. This is a big game. This is, I can easily say, as a Mets fan, as someone that's been covering on this channel for a bit now, this is the most excited I have been for a Mets game to actually do a live stream on in quite a while. I don't think I've been this excited probably since either the Cookie Carrasco debut, which again didn't necessarily go as great as what we would have hoped for against the Reds and the Mets black jersey night. The Javi Baez debut was absolutely fantastic as well. I know I didn't stream that first game, I don't think, but no less, I'm so pumped, guys. It's going to be huge. James McCann should be back later this week. Same thing with Tomas Nido. Their IL stints should be done in the next couple days. Adam, Newbie, Master, Nathan, all you guys, thank you all so much for being here. And of course, I'll be answering all your comments, questions, and concerns as we get rolling in the stream per usual, guys. The game will be starting off at 7:10 p.m. Eastern time. Big game for the Mets. Their lineup is unbelievably deep. Dom Smith is not in the starting lineup today. As we know, he's been dealing with some injuries for a little bit now. He has not been 100% dealing with some injuries to his wrist, and I believe even to his groin to a certain extent. But John has not been swinging the bat great. He gets the night off, even against the lefty, so I'm sure we'll probably see him pinch hitting at some point. But the Mets lineup is looking pretty deep today, and if they can really start to execute here, having Francisco Lindor back, if you guys don't know, Francisco Lindor was batting over 270 in his final 45 games with the Mets prior to his injury, had over 360 on base percentage, had a strong slugging. He's looking good, and he also leads the New York Mets this season, fun fact, in OPS with runners in scoring position with 870. That is 20 points higher than the second best player on the team, which is Pete Alonso with an 850 OPS. But yeah, Lindor, even with a smaller sample size, has still proven to be the most clutch hitter for the Mets at this point in the season, which tells you all you need to know about a club that is currently ranked 28th in RBIs. So they got to get offense going. But trust me when I say this is massive to have not just him, but both him and Javi in the lineup offensively and defensively. This could be a game changer for the Mets, and it all starts tonight. So we'll see how they do. But again, thank you all so much, everyone chiming in. Alex Cohen with the $2 donation. That means so much to me, my man. Thank you so much for that. My apologies, guys. Everything's just actually glitching out on me for a hot second. I don't know. It's been very finicky lately. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, my goodness. Hold on, folks. Alex, there we go. Alex, thank you all. Thank you so much for the donation, my man. Let's see. Alex says here, let's put some crooked numbers tonight. I hope so, buddy. I really do. But again, thank you so much for the donation. Everyone get some love and hype in the chat from my man Alex with the $2 dono. Thank you, buddy. Start off the night on a good foot. Again, I don't know why this is lagging out as much as it is. My apologies, guys. Hold on one second. I'm going to just make sure that everything's kind of afloat here. Okay, I think I'll be good for a little bit. Everything's just getting a little glitchy on me. Software is going to, of course, be the thing that kills me until I probably get better Wi-Fi again, get a new PC, all that fun stuff. So, okay, here we go. Who's Freddie Galvis? Freddie Galvis is an infielder on the Phillies, started his career with the Phillies, then was with the Reds, was with the Blue Jays, most recently with the Orioles, and was dealt back to the Phillies at the deadline. It starts tonight, guys. Elf GM, absolutely, Edwin. Again, massive game for the Mets tonight. And make sure you smash that like and subscribe button if you're excited tonight, folks. Help us get to 100 likes for our first short-term goal in the stream, and help us get to 10K subs for the next short-term goal. We're trying to get there by the end of the season here on the Mets channel. So again, thank you all so much for the support. This series have bad pitching. I wouldn't say the series has bad pitching at all. The Giants don't necessarily have stellar pitching, nor do the Mets. But again, we'll see how some guys do for sure. I know it's a southpaw with an over 5-year rate against the Mets tonight, that being in Sammy Long, but the Mets have made southpaws look all like absolute studs, Cy Young Award winners, if you will, throughout the season. So we'll see how they do tonight. They jumped on David Price 2 days ago, which was great to see. A fellow southpaw veteran, used to be one of the best pitchers in the game. We'll see what they do against Long tonight. However, all I know is this is a Giants club that is just under 40 games above 500. They have been rolling. They're the best team in the league, best team in the NL West, even better than the Dodgers and the Padres at this point, which tells you all you need to know. The Mets lost their past series against the Giants in San Francisco, 2-1. Every single one of those games was close, but the Mets were able to light out the win in a great fashion. It didn't look pretty up until the 9th inning. Michael Conforto got that RBI to tie it for the Mets team and have a run. They tied it 1-1. Then they went to extras in Game 3 of that series, and then ultimately Kevin Pillar hit the 3-run shot, and that's how the Mets salvaged the series when they were in San Francisco on their away trip. Here we have the Kevin Pillar jersey. Shout out to my man Dave Kapowitz, who's always an amazing supporter and friend on the channel, for saying this my way. I was wearing the Pillar jersey when he hit the home run too, so it was quite fitting. But I see plenty of questions and comments here, so we'll be getting to them. But again, the Mets lineup today is looking fantastic, guys. I'm going to try to do it off the top of my head before double checking. But I do believe it's going to be leading off is Brandon Nimmo. Pete Alonso will be in the 2-hole. Francisco Lindor in the 3rd spot tonight. Then we're going to have Javi Baez in the 4th spot. 5th looks like it's going to be Michael Conforto. 6. Who's going to be 6 for the Mets? I'm blanking on one person. 6 might be JD. Might be. I'm going to double check, but I think 6 is JD. 7th, I think, is going to be McNeil. 8th should be Mazika, and 9th will be the pitcher and Megill. So I believe that is correct. And yes, guys, if you don't know, Jeff McNeil is, in fact, in left field tonight, and Dominic Smith will be coming off of the bench. So McNeil, my only real concern with McNeil here and left is mainly because, one, he's not a natural left fielder. He's definitely a better infielder than he is an outfielder. So we'll see how he holds up defensively there. But also just how is his hammy going to be? Again, this is a guy that had significant hamstring strains earlier in the year. Definitely something you can't push too much. It's definitely been a big factor into his lack of success at certain points this season when not getting on a roll, mainly because of the injuries he's been dealing with. So I just pray and hope for McNeil's case that if he's going to be starting in left field, that he doesn't overwork himself. Then we find ourselves in another situation where the poor guy is hurt again. So hoping that does not come to fruition, obviously. But yeah, I cannot begin to tell you how amped again I am for tonight's game, guys. I've been looking forward to this for ever since the Mets acquired Javi just short of a month ago. I've been amped. And guys, also, if you did not check out my latest video on the channel, please make sure you do. I think you're going to enjoy it. Bags, what's up, my man? Happy to have you here. McNeil can't really run. Exactly. And that's what you need to be careful of. I just threw 65 miles per hour as a 12-year. That's unbelievably impressive, Lefty. My man, you're going places. I'd love to see that. This is going to be a great game. I hope so, Bambino. I really do. We're all Team Puerto Rico tonight now, and we will be for the foreseeable future with those guys in the infield, and I love it. So I think Lindor and Baez will both get 2 hits tonight. I'd love to. I hope that's the case, but I'm not going to bet the house on anything. No. I'm excited to see how these guys are going to do defensively and offensively. If they can really help provide a juice like what we saw Javi did. Getting himself 2 doubles in his first game back. That being against the Dodgers. And really the second hit was a single that he legged into a double because that's just Javi Baez for you. His speed on the bags is immaculate. And he's so self-aware when it comes to actually sliding into a bag too. It's fantastic. It's always a highlight reel to watch him. Hey, Tyler, what's up? I can't go to the game on September 1st. You want the tickets? Brandon, what's up, my man? On September 1st, potentially. I'll have to check what the actual day of the week that is. September. Oh, that's Tuesday? Potentially, Brandon. Why don't you, if you have a Twitter, Brandon, or hit me up on Twitter, DM me, or you can email me as well. My email is draw, just DRAW, the letter T, and draw T. I don't know why I'm blinking right now. Draw T7 at protonmail.com. So if you want to talk to me further about that, I'll definitely have a discussion with you. And thank you so much for the offer, though. I appreciate that. But don't send anything my way right away. Let's talk about it. So probably off stream going into tomorrow, I think is when we'll have that discussion. But I really, really appreciate the offer. So I'm looking forward to talking to you about it. McNeil playing left field. This is weird to see. I agree. It is very weird. And we'll see how he does. However, again, I'm just concerned more so about his health than anything else. But again, though, if you're just chiming in, guys, let me know how you're feeling. How are you guys feeling about Francisco Lindor back in this lineup? It's been so over. It felt like we were not going to see Francisco for the longest time, and really, we were without him for over a month. As soon as he made had that swing, and you could tell he hurt his oblique in Pittsburgh, I was not happy. Since then, the Mets have been one of the worst teams in baseball. So, coincidence? That's for you guys to decide. But there is no doubting Lindor's impact on this club, both on and off the field and at the bat. And yes, you could say that Lindor has struggled offensively this year. He absolutely has. But the tear he was on in his last 45 games, really in the second half, after he started struggling, was looking fantastic. It was very Lindor-esque with his numbers. And also you have to look at the impact that he brings now when it comes to runners in scoring position. The most crucial thing to the Mets' lack of success at this point of the year. They're currently 61-63 on the season, and it's directly in hand with being horrendous with bringing in runs. And Francisco Lindor, for people that are just chiming in that don't know this, is in fact leading the New York Mets club in OPS with runners in scoring position with 870, which is damn good, given that Pete Alonso is the second best with 850, and then there's a significant drop-off, might I add. So, yeah, shout out to Francisco Lindor for at least being the hitter, the batter that the Mets have needed when it matters most, even in times that he struggled this year. Robert's feeling very confident that the Giants are going to win tonight. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, Robert. Again, it wouldn't surprise me. The Giants are the best team in baseball for a reason. So by no means am I going to throw shade on San Francisco whatsoever. But again, we'll see what tonight holds. I'm excited. One of the most excited I've been in a while now, folks. So I hope you guys are too, to actually get some positivity in here. With having Lindor and Baez now in the lineup, that dynamic duo, we'll see just how impactful they're going to be. And again, this is Lindor's first game in a while, guys. So if this man doesn't even end up with a hit today, it won't surprise me. So just buckle up if Lindor, say, ends the game like 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. First game back. Would love for him to have an immediate impact, but by no means am I going to be pissed off or really upset if he doesn't do anything. How much would I offer Javi? I think right around what he's asking, probably a little under. I believe he wants right around 200 million. I forget the amount of years, however, that he wanted from the Cubs that led to him being dealt. But I do think that a little under 200 million could get the job done, hopefully. A decent discount to stay home, if you will, with Lindor, his good friend, and the Mets. And I think that will happen, but I don't have an actual number, if you will, in years. That's something that as we get closer to free agency, that's where I can give you a better idea of my personal prediction. But I don't sound excited. I trust me, I am, Mike. Trust me. Don't let my monotone voice deceive you right now. I'm beyond excited. I just also have to realize that this is still a Mets team that needs to go out there and perform. So I'm unbelievably excited. I just want to see how they play more than anything. I'm anxious to see how this club is going to be now with this kind of lineup and roster configuration now, and more than likely for the remainder of the season. Megill is a stud. I agree. Sounds good, Brandon. Always happy to have you here. Joss, let's go Mets. LGM or LFGM. Indeed, my man. Bambino says, I hope he doesn't go out there and show off because he has nothing to prove. It is the best if he stays healthy. I would love nothing more than just Lindor to go out there and play his game. That's what he needs to do. And again, look at the differences. First 67 games versus last 20 with the Mets. First 67, he's batting 212. Last 20, according to SMY, just around 288. 15 RBIs to 21. So yeah, Lindor has found great offensive success really in his past 40 games, especially for the Mets. So we'll see what he can do off of the shelf because he's been on the shelf for really a month and a week now. It's crazy how long he was injured and how much that actually impacted the club, more so for a negative reason than a positive. After this, we play Washington and Miami for 15. Yeah, I believe it's 14, but maybe it's 15, Mike. We can make a run starting tonight. I hope so. I really do. Again, that's the belief. If they can start taking advantage, that's all I could hope for. But again, we need to see it to believe it. This team has not taken advantage of any opportunities really given them to this point in the season. Now's the time to start taking advantage, because if they don't do it now, they won't do it at any other point in the season. Mama Worm, hi. How's it going, Mama Worm? Everyone hyping the chat for Mama Worm. We all love Mama Worm. She's great. Ryan W., absolutely happy to have you here, Ryan. Appreciate you calling into the Mets talk. What was it, yesterday as well? Yeah, I'm pumped. I've been waiting for this for so long, guys. And we're close to 30 likes already. Thank you so much for that. Again, continue to smash that like and subscribe on. If you're just chiming in, everybody. Just heard Noah coming back September and DeGrom and Mariah tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not banking. Look, I don't think Jake's going to pitch again this year from all that we've seen. I really don't think it's going to happen. So I would not tell you guys to have the expectation that Jake will pitch again this year. But if he does, and the Mets do somehow, some way find themselves getting on a run, again, this is more a pipe dream at this point than it is reality, just given where things currently stand. Not impossible, but surely not in their favor. I won't be against it. I love Jake. He's the best pitcher in baseball. I just want what's best for him and his health, first and foremost. So if that means that he can pitch again this year and help the Mets down the stretch, awesome. And if that means that it's best to really hang it up for him and get him ready for next season, to not push anything, then that's fine too. Whatever they feel is best health-wise for him is what I'm in favor of. And yes, we all know that Noah is going to be back soon, which is great to see. What's up, Hayden? How's it going, my man? Let's see. I don't think it's worth bringing Jake back again. I understand that argument 100%. It's going to be really curious. I know that Zach Scott said in his presser prior to today's startup of the game that, yes, Jacob deGrom, if you guys don't know, will be having an MRI tomorrow, seeing how the inflammation has been doing in his elbow, if it's gotten better, if it's gotten worse, if it's been, stagnate right around the same. Either way, that MRI is going to be huge for Jake. But again, I'm not banking on anything at all. At this point, if Jake pitches at all this season, it'll be a pleasant surprise, and I'll be very happy about it. Do you think the Mets will win the NL East? At this point, Nick, it's not in their favor. As much as I'd love them to, realistically, they are by no means the favorites right now. So, no, I'm not going to say that I think the Mets will win the NL East, but I am hopeful that they will. And I think that's a distinguishing that needs to be clarified here. I'm not betting the house like I was earlier this season that the Mets will win the division. But I have the hope still that they can come out of this hole, hopefully, and get a run going. But again, they're 6.5 games out of first right now. Braves ended their 9-game winning streak thanks to a Yankees debut. The only time you'll see me be a Yankees fan all season, probably. So shout out to the Yanks. Hopefully they can get the 2-game series sweep tonight. We'll see how they do in Atlanta for the final game of that matchup. But regardless, Mets still have a decent chance of making some traction here. But is it too little too late? That's what we're going to find out really over the next 10 games. If the Mets go on a roll, awesome. How far back will they be from first, if at all? If they continue to be around 500 or even potentially still under 500 over the next 10, then yeah, you can kiss playoffs goodbye at that point, unfortunately. And I agree. That's a perfect way to say. We're all hopeful, but it's not likely. 100%. I agree with you, Nathan. The first time I cheered for a staying home run yesterday. Yeah, that's when you know us Mets fans are down the dumps. It's that point in the season, folks, when we're rooting for the Yanks. What's up, Luis? How's it going, my man? Do I follow uh do I follow people back on Twitter? Some, but I honestly I'm actually gonna be cutting off a lot of people on Twitter soon. Nothing personal at all. The only reason is that my feed gets so flooded when I specifically use and need Twitter for reporting. The only real reason that I use Twitter is to tweet out things about the Mets on what's going on with them. Same thing with the Rangers for my Rangers podcast. But I have all the writers, everyone, I have those notifications on. So I'm following too many people to get in the way of that. So it's nothing personal. I will probably actually be unfollowing some people soon just because I need my everything clear. So that way I can be up to date and reporting things for you guys as soon as certain information drops, especially when we get in the off season. That's probably where I'm going to go more of an unfollow spree just because I need the space. So yeah, it's nothing personal though. Trust me. Hey, Rory, how's Gigi? Gigi is fantastic. Thank you so much for asking, Nick. She's ready to come into tonight's stream. My Twitter is the same exact thing as YouTube. It's WardyNYM if you want to check me out for sure. And I appreciate that. Prediction for Lindor tonight, Wardy. I don't want to predict. I think it's jinxing Mikey. I really try not to predict things for Mets players or the team shortly before the game starts. So I'm gonna refrain from doing a prediction tonight. Connor, I'm assuming you meant a Hala. So yes, Hala. Unless you want a Hoya. I don't know what a Hoya is, but a Hala, I understand, Connor. Happy to have you here. What players will be on the free agency and what are going to be looking to get to improve the team hitting? Alan, that's something that we're going to be talking about a lot heading into free agency. Not so much now because it's still early. We have just under 40 games left of the regular season, not including playoffs, whether the Mets are part of that or not. So all I can tell you right now is that the Mets, there have been reports already to suggest that they would like to upgrade third base and the corner outfield, regardless on if they re-sign Michael Conforto or not. So that is an idea. I'd say do your little bit of homework. There's obviously available names. It all comes down to if these players hit free agency or not, though. Like Chris Bryant, I'm sure the Mets will be very much interested in again if he becomes available and does not resign with the Giants, which, again, he might very well do so because San Fran's doing so good. Why would you want to leave that team right now, right? Then you have Nick Castellanos out corner outfield-wise for the Reds. If he opts out of his contract, he's a free agent. He'll be looking for a pretty penny. The Mets will have money to give on that front for a big power bat. That would be so helpful this lineup if they could land him. Starling Marte, who's been absolutely killing it, both with the bat in the field and on the bags. He's stolen 17 bags. He's 17 for 17 for the Oakland A's to this point going into today's game since he was traded then. Think about that. That's crazy. He will be a great get in free agency, assuming he hits the market. There's some other players out there as well. There's definitely some appealing guys that aren't necessarily natural third basemen that maybe they can shift to a position. A lot of big names in free agency upcoming, but no less. We'll break that down further when it's the time to have that discussion. It's still pretty early in my mind. And Bags, thank you for that, my man. I appreciate the follow-up. Again, guys, if you're just chiming in the stream, if you don't know what we do here at this point for these live streams, you see it's a reactionary live stream. So what does that mean is I share my own play-by-play commentary and reaction. I get my commentary as I'm following along, watching the game, just like you guys, as I'm assuming you're doing. I know some of you guys don't even watch the game. You just listen to my commentary, which is flattering. I appreciate that. But no less, if you're able to watch the game, make sure you do so we can follow along together and share our reactions live, answer comments. We'll do Q&A throughout the entire thing. And it's just such a fun watch along. I have so much fun doing this. I love doing the commentary too. Doing my own play-by-play is always fun. So no less, I'm excited for tonight's game. I've said that 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 more. Having Lindor back can be pivotal for the Mets' success going forward to get their best player when it comes to hitting and scoring position. That's kind of a big deal. So that's why we got the Lindor jersey on the wall behind me today. And that's why we also have the Lindor shirt see on as well. And shout out to my man Thomas, a great friend of mine who works at the City Field, was able to cop this for me. when they were first selling, because I know that the shirts sell out like hotcakes at the Friday night games. Because when I went to the Friday game against the Dodgers a week or so ago, everything was sold out as I entered. It was crazy. Michael, thank you for the follow too, my man. LGM. Don't think Dodgers trade for Scherzer if Bauer issue doesn't happen. Yeah, you're probably right, Matt. But again, Bauer happened, and now Scherzer's a Dodger. It is what it is. Polanco got waves. We're talking Pirates Polanco. Polanco hasn't been the same in a couple of years. I don't necessarily know how much appeal there is from the Mets side of things personally. Especially with everyone getting healthy. The Mets do not have nearly as much room on their bench. And guys, we're already 10 likes away from 50. So again, continue to smash that like and subscribe button if you're just chiming in. Really, really appreciate that, everybody. You guys are the best. We dodge a big bullet with Bauer. Yeah, I think everyone would agree at that point. Seriously. But again, that's all I'm really going to talk about it at this point. I'm Jake Reed. Jake Reed. That's funny. Heal up, Jake Reed, if that is you, and definitely not just a random dude who made a Jake Reed burner. But yeah, get better, Jake. We want that submarine pitching SOB back in this bullpen ASAP. He was doing really good in his short stint with the Mets prior to his IL stint. Do you feel Alonso and Nimmo are most likely the safest Mets next season? Alonso, yes. Alonso and Lindor, absolutely. Nimmo, I honestly don't know. But yes, I agree of the 2 to 3 at least. What's up? I'm in the second night living off campus and I'm making chicken for the first time. Awesome, Josh. Growing up, you'll love to see it. It's not dry off top. Let's go Mets. Josh, I'm glad that you made that moist chicken. You don't want to have it too dried out. And I wish you nothing but success in your college semester this year. It's definitely, a big experience. And I hope everything goes well on your end. Shout out to everyone again, all the students out there that are chiming the live stream or I've been a part of the channel. I know that's a stressful time for a lot of you guys. I've been there, done that. But yeah, wishing you all the best. It's going to be a big semester for you guys, but I know that you're all going to kill it. So even we'll make playoffs, DeGrom coming back. That is my belief at this point, Mikey. Again, nothing is certain. Nothing is 100%. But there's been multiple reports that indicate that we shouldn't expect Jake back. So I'm going to go with that notion. And I already had that mentality prior to the reporting coming out. So again, if Jake comes back, awesome. So happy about it. But it's going to be the last one of those things for me to get my hopes up personally. I don't think Megill has played enough to win Rookie of the Year, unfortunately. I saw a graphic from MLB Network earlier today say like rookie pitchers with the lowest ERA with 65 innings pitch minimum. He wasn't among them. So I'm assuming that he hasn't pitched 65 yet. I'll actually double check right now. But yeah, if Megill can continue starts the rest of the year, maybe he'll get that consideration. But at this point from the NL, it does look like Jonathan India is probably running away with it. And rightfully so. He's been an awesome Mets killer when he grew up a diehard Mets fan, no less. So I can't be that mad. Alan, what's up, buddy? Let's see what Alan has to say. Hey, Rory Conforto is on his walk here. Do you think the Mets will resign him? Alan, I think there's a 50-50 chance right now that Michael comes back. I think it'll be more so with the Mets not wanting to bring him back versus Michael not wanting to come back in a scenario where he does not return to the Mets. There will probably be a qualifying offer, and hopefully they just come to an agreement there, and Michael gets ready for his contract year the following year. But again, we'll see. Nothing is certain right now, but if you guys don't know, I'm a huge Michael Conforto fan. He's been my favorite player in the Mets for a while now. Trust me, way before this season started, because if you guys don't know, Michael isn't having the best season, even though he has had a very strong August to this point. But yeah, I think there's a solid chance Michael comes back, but like everything else, nothing is certain. So we'll wait and see what the future holds heading into free agency. Kick the Giants' ass from a Dodgers fan. Exactly what I'd expect to hear from a Dodgers fan that's chiming in the stream. Well, I hope so. I don't hope so as much for your case, respectively, but I hope so for the overall. The Mets can win tonight's game. Yes. Talk some wisdom. ABC, what's up, my man? Again, positive things to be happy about right now. Lindor, Baez, middle infield, back to back in the order, 3 and 4 in the lineup. Exciting stuff. I'm anxious. I'm really, really anxious to see how those two are going to do and how they're finally going to be together. We've been waiting for this for so long, man. That's all I can say. What are your thoughts on the Yankees 10-game winning streak? Nothing short of impressive, Omar, and I hope that they can extend it to 11 tonight. Let's beat up on those Braves, shall we? Let's go Yanks. One of the only times you'll hear me say that. Let's go, Miguel. Let's get a WLGM. Absolutely, Michael. LGM indeed. Yes, hopefully we can get the dub tonight. Tylor Megill is coming off of a fantastic performance 5 days ago in San Francisco against these same Giants, in which he put up 6 innings, only giving up 1 run, and had himself 6 strikeouts. So Megill, he's been fantastic. No one expected Tylor Megill to be in the rotation, let alone being one of the most reliable pitchers in this rotation down the stretch of the season. But that's baseball, folks. Expect the unexpected. Here we are. And now it's going to be Lamont Wade Jr. getting set to lead off tonight's game. He was one of the 3 Giants I had picked in my Mets Talk segment yesterday, where Richie had Mets Media. Check it out, guys, if you haven't already. I picked Lamont Wade Jr., Brandon Crawford, and who's the third batter I picked as players that could be a problem for the Mets this series. I'm just trying to think on who the third one was. I know I picked Crawford, Lamont, and blinking on the third. No less, first pitch here by Megill. That's going to be a fastball that just misses out of the zone to the top right. And it's 1-0 on the count here. Name a minor league player. You'd have to imagine that Khalil Lee will be one of the first call-ups. But I know that the call-ups aren't nearly as expanded as what they were in previous years. Dave, my man, happy to have everyone hyping the chat for Dave Kaplis. We all love Dave here. Happy to have you here, buddy. 2-0 now on the count for Megill, underway to Lamont. And the pitch number 3, and that's going to be a big swing and miss. So 2-1 now on the count for a strike for Megill on the night. I think Steve Cohen is going to make huge moves by next season. He's hungry. You and I agree. We're on the same page right now, Eric. Mark Wilder, let's go. Absolutely, buddy. Happy to have you here, Mark. 2-1 on the count here, and pitch number 4 underway, and that's going to be ripped, center, playable, 1 away. Brandon Nimmo makes the catch with ease, and the Giants get their first out. All right, guys, to everyone in the chat, to everyone just chiming in again, thank you all so much for being here. Let me know in the comments below, folks, what do you think is going to be the score of tonight's game? Let me know in the chat. What do you think the final score is going to be tonight? Keep or trade JD. We'll see what the offseason holds, but I have a feeling he's going to get traded. Rifle Zig. I like the idea of the shirts. If you have a Twitter, Rifle Zig, reach out to me on Twitter or email me if you want to talk more about that. I see 7-4 Mets, 4-2. It's 0-1 on the count, by the way, with 1 away here for Brandon Belt. On top of the first, 5-1, 6-5, you guys are saying. Fastball inside. It's 1-1 back even on the count now. 6-4 says Dave. 5-1, 3-2. And that's going to be ripped to deep center, and that is gone. Tylor Megill gives up a 1-out deep center bomb to Brandon Belt, and the Giants have a quick 1-0 lead. Not going to lie, was not expecting that, but it's very early in the game. Not going to stress it too much. That was a bomb by Belt, however. That was literally a no-doubter. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He got all that one, hit it off of the actual home run apple, ricocheted off that. So either way, Brandon Belt gets a home run with only 1 out, and the Giants get to an early 1-0 lead here, folks. You can't even do it. When it's no doubters like that, guys, there's literally nothing you can do. That's going to be ripped foul by Buster Posey. And yes, I know that took the life out of us early. But again, it's early in the game, guys. I'm not going to stress it too much. If the Mets are down 1-0 in the 7th, then yes, that's where we're going to start stressing. Five likes away from 50 array. You guys are awesome. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button if you're just chiming in. If you're enjoying the stream, again, not fun to see that bomb ripped as it's 1-1 now on the count with 1 out for Buster Posey, who's been having quite the revelation of the year for the future Hall of Fame catcher. Buster looking like an absolute stud this year, utilized perfectly by Gabe Kapler. That's a fastball nicking the outside corner, and that's going to be a called strike. Lindor is batting third tonight, and Baez is batting fourth. And that's going to be just poked in the infield, tossed to first, and there's going to now be 2 away. Buster Posey grounds out there. Tylor Megill makes quick work after giving up the solo shot by Belt. So you think that the Giants have the best. I agree, Matthew. No one expected the Giants to be this good this year, and all kudos to them. Buster or Molina, they're both absolute legends. I would probably pick Buster over Molina just because I think, Buster, what he's been able to do with San Francisco in their 2010 runs is it's really hard to compete with, but Yachty has been a legend in the game. There's no doubt in that. Francisco Alvarez, future Hall of Famer. I hope so. Well, we have a lot before we get to that point, but I like your thinking. That's going to be a called strike right down the lane. And it's 1-1 now on the count here to Corey Dickerson. Oh, wait, is this Corey? No, this is Alex Dickerson, right? This ain't Corey. Corey's the one in Parmy. Corey's the one in Toronto, who's originally with Miami this year. And the 0-2. And that's going to be a fastball upstairs out of the zone. It's back 1-2 now on the count. Rifle Zig, yeah, I'd say we'll talk tomorrow. I'll check out your DM tomorrow, buddy. Thank you for that. 1-2 on the count here, and that's going to be a fastball that gets the inside corner, and that strikes him out. Tylor Megill makes quick work again after giving up that 1-out bomb to Brandon Belt, who got absolutely all of that to deep center, hitting off of the home run apple. We head to the bottom of the first. Mets are down 1-0. And one of the things that I've been most impressed about, I don't know about you guys, is Tylor Megill's ability to come back after facing adversity. It's easy for a pitcher like a Steven Matz, for example, not to compare, nothing personal against Matz. But, Matz, when he's given up early bombs in games, it was really hard for him to get out of that jam. And even with David Pearson this season, it feels like David hasn't pitched in forever because he hasn't in a while now. But when he was in the starting rotation this season, you didn't know if you're going to get out of the first inning with him half the time. And we have Tylor Megill here who gives up a home run, but then makes quick work of the next 2 outs to get out of the inning. Won't be surprised if McNeil cruises and has Megill has 5 or 6 solid innings tonight. That's, I think, what has been one of the most impressive things about Tylor to me is his ability to bounce back from adversity, even if it's right in his face. He's a guy that takes it perfectly. He has great confidence, and I'm pretty confident in Megill. I have to be honest. He is proven to this point to be a reliable pitcher in this rotation, and given that he's a rookie and had no expectation of even being in the bigs this year, let alone even next year, it's a great sight to see and story overall. All right, folks, Mets are down the bottom of the first. Brandon Nimmo's lean off. Then we got Pete Alonso, and to cap off at least the third batter of the inning will be Francisco Lindor, the man on the wall behind me. Following up, that will be Javi Baez in the 4th spot, Michael Conforto in the 5th spot, J.D. Davis 6th, McNeil 7th, Patrick Mazeika 8th, Mazeika Magic, and Tylor Megill's batting 9th. Sammy Long in 8 starts this season. In 8 games and 4 starts has a 1-1 record, a 5.72 ERA for the southpaw. He's given up 26 hits and 28.1 innings pitched, has a 1.27 whip, 31 strikeouts, 10 walks. First pitch here to Nimmo, folks. And that's going to be right down the pipe. It's going to be now be 0-1. Nimmo takes that fastball. And the 0-1 to Nimmo. And that's going to be a slider that misses out of the zone. Slider or curveball. 1-1 on the count. New York Aviation, great member on the channel. How are you, my man? Thank you so much for chiming in. Happy to have you here. And the 1-1 by Brandon. To Brandon, I should say. And that's going to be ripped right up the middle into the glove of Crawford, who tosses it to first. And there's one away. More predictions in the chat. Joey says 4-2. Nathan says 6-2. Gotcha. Yeah, guys, if you haven't given your game prediction yet, please make sure to let us know in the chat. Love to hear it. What's up, Krish? Good fella. Edwin. Yes, damn, indeed. I know. All right, guys, we're halfway likes to 100, so thank you all so much for that. Appreciate you all. Big Meat Pete, first pitch to him is going to be a nasty curveball. So much break, but that catches the inside, so it's now 1-0 on the count. 14-3. Oh, my goodness. And the 1-0, and that Pete's going to hack that one back. It's back even on the count, 1-1. What's up, Brandon? Happy to have you here, buddy. Happy to have all you guys here if you're just chiming in or if you've been here and I haven't acknowledged you yet. Thank you for being here. Have I ever gotten a signed jersey by a good player? I haven't gotten a jersey signed where I went up to them and got it signed, but I do have a signed jersey. It's a dual autograph jersey sent to a great subscriber of mine who unfortunately passed away a couple months ago. Great friend, though. Shout out to my man, Joe. And it's a dual jersey of both Mookie Wilson and Bill Buckner, which they both signed it. Curveball nicked the outside corner, and now that's going to be off speed pitch missing away. It's 2-2 back even on the count. But yeah, it's a half Boston Red Sox, half Mets jersey. Bill Buckner went through his legs. We all know the story. 86, Mookie Wilson, both their names and signatures on it. That's my prized possession, and I need to get that frame still, but I have it hanging in my room. Pete Alonso strikes out on the 75-mile-per-hour curveball, and there's 2 away. And now here comes Francisco Lindor for his first at-bat since his oblique injury against Pittsburgh away back on July 16th. A lot of cheers in the crowd for Francisco Lindor is making his return to the Mets. We'll see what he can do here. Shout out to Francisco, baby. All right, folks. First pitch to Lindor on the 0-0. And that's a fastball upstairs. Called strike. Generous call by this umpire. But again, umpires are missing missing calls. It's definitely a day that ends in Y. What are you going to do? 0-1 here on the count to Lindor. And that's going to be a curveball in the dirt. Back even on the count, 1-1. Giants scored from an absolute bomb. Dead center. Solo shot by Brandon Bell. Nothing you could do about it. Just respect the home run. He got all of it. 1-1 here now on the count. And that's ripped by Francisco Lindor. It's deep, but it looks playable. And that'll do her for the inning. Francisco Lindor had a beautiful swing off the bat. This time he's batting righty tonight. Just short. Was on the warning track. Awesome contact. But I did not think it was gone. It had a great swing, but how the camera work was going, it seemed like Dickerson was going to get it, and he did. Mets get shut down 1-2-3 in order. Now head to the top of the second, down 1-0. Good swing by Lindor, though. I like that. That's an aggressive swing, and I that was a positive sign. I like that. You had a dream that you and Lindor became best friends? That sounds like something a Mets fan would dream about. What type of pitch did Bell I think I'm almost certain that Belt took a slider for the home run. Any Ks yet? Yes. Megill has at least one strike. I think Megill has 2 strikeouts, if I'm not mistaken. Mets have 1 strikeout, like where they struck out, and that was from Pete Alonso. I'm watching the game on SNY right now. Javi Baez is playing second base. Yes, he is. Speaking of the devil, Pete Alonso. Pete, what's up, buddy? Let's not strike out on the curveball down and in next time, all right? How are we feeling, Mets and baseball fans? You guys feeling optimistic about this game? Are you concerned that they're already down by a run? Do you think that's all she wrote for this game? Like, tell me how you're feeling. I want to hear it, guys. Oh, 2 Ray on the count here for Megill in the top of the second. And the 0-2. And Crawford strikes out on 3 pitches. Tylor Megill with another strikeout. Awesome stuff here on Brandon Crawford, who has been undoubtedly one of the most impressive hitters now at the age of 34 this season for the Giants, raking all year long. But Megill gets the best of him in the first at bat there, and there's 1 away. Hype in the chat for Tylor Megill, folks, with a strikeout. And now here's Wilmer Flores, who gets himself a great ovation per usual. Rightfully so for Wilmer. And the first pitch to Flores, and that's going to be ripped to the right side. It looks playable, and that will be a potential double for Wilmer Flores. Conforto rips it to second, and Flores will get there in time. So Wilmer, who's not known for his speed, gets to second, and he has himself a 1-out double in the top of the second. There's one man that I will perfectly allow always to rake against the Mets. By all means, it is going to be Wilmer Flores. So Wilmer, it is what it is. And that's going to be hacked away foul to the left side with 1 away by Yastrzemski. So, guys, if you guys don't know, Wilmer Flores just ripped a double down the right line. Michael Conforto got the throw in, but not in time. So there's 1 on and 1 out. 1 guy in scoring position, that being thanks to Wilmer Flores. And now we have Yastrzemski up at the plate, the lefty at the bat. We miss him so much. We'll always love Wilmer. Again, he's an exception to giving up a hit every now and then, too. And that's going to be a fastball upstairs by Megill, 93 there. It's back even on the count, 1-1. Again, guys, if you're just chiming in, Brandon Belt hit an absolute rocket. Dead center, no doubter off Megill with 1 out to give the Giants the early 1-0 lead. Now we're here in the top of the second. Runners scoring position, Wilmer Flores, 1 out, 1-1 on the count. 22 pitches in now for Megill, as that's going to be an off-speed pitch that misses away. And now it's 2-1 on the count here to Yastrzemski, the outfielder. Matthew, happy to have you here, buddy. Enjoy your Uber Eats whenever you get that. And the 2-1, and that's going to be a fastball right around the knees for a called strike. Back even on the count, 2-2 now. How's DeGrom? DeGrom's getting an MRI tomorrow. So we'll see how DeGrom's doing fairly soon. He's getting an MRI then. And the 2-2. And that's ripped by Yastrzemski. No doubter. Now it's a 3-0 lead for the Giants. And my optimism has drained. Ugh. All right, it's going to be called. Oh, what? Wow. Okay, now we got a bad call. 1-0 on the count with 1 out. Yastrzemski just hit a piss missile, 2-run shots. Now a 3-0 ball game for the Giants here in the top of the second. Giants, who lead the NL in home runs and probably lead the league in home runs as well, have not skipped an absolute beat. In their last series against the Oakland A's, they hit 6 home runs in 3 games, and now they've already hit 2 here tonight. And Tommy La Stella is up at the plate. 1-1 here. And that's going to be hacked opposite field by La Stella. It's after it, and it's caught there by McNeil, and there's 2 away. The slider has not worked in Megill's favor so far tonight, to put it lightly. It looks like he gave up both hanging sliders on both bombs by the Giants tonight. Both barreled perfectly by Brandon Belt and Yastrzemski, both respective lefty bats. Man. And now it's going to be a hit. All right, 2-out hit there. And just like that, the Giants have another runner on. Sammy Long. Looks like he got his first career MLB hit. Is that what just happened? It does look like Sammy Long just got his first career MLB hit, the southpaw starter for the Giants tonight. So there you go. Tylor Megill gives up a hit to a fellow rookie pitcher. And that's where we're at in tonight's game so far. Not ideal here. And that's going to be an off-speed pitch that misses down and away. It's 1-0 on the count here to Lamont Wade, who's 0 for 1 on the night so far with a line out. Again, the Mets are down to an early 3-0 deficit thanks to two bombs by the Giants, one in the first from Brandon Belt, deep dead center, and now most recently Yastrzemski here in the second with one runner on. 2-0 now on the count here. Off-speed pitch misses out of the zone as well. The Mets have 2 outs, 1 runner on as Sammy Long, Giants starter tonight, got his first base hit of his MLB career. So 2 out, 1 on, 3-0 Giants lead. Fastball upstairs and swung through that one. It's 2-1 on the count. I think it's crazy every time we get some excitement, it gets taken away from in seconds. I agree, Keith. It always happens. It always happens. Ripped by Lamont Wade, but it's going to be playable and caught. Giants have been absolutely ripping every single pitch by Megill tonight when they have made contact. A couple of deep flyouts, whether that's in center or in the corners, 2 home runs, and the Mets are down by 3 heading to the bottom of the second, folks. That's where we currently stand. Watermelons is 8-3 Giants final. Love the optimism there. I'm not going to slander Megill, but his pitches look a bit flat tonight. They are. No, they are. The slider is not working for that man so far. He's 0 for 2. Those 2 have been home runs. So, yeah, not great to see. The fastball looks okay, but, yeah, the sliders off-speed stuff is not looking hot for Tyler. And, again, Tylor Megill's a rookie, guys. We shouldn't be like, oh, my God. Like, what do you mean Megill gave up a couple runs? Like, yeah, it happens. It absolutely happens. It happens to the best of us. Like, it just, the Mets, I feel like as for us Mets fans, we've always felt that we can't have 2 at the same time. If we have the hitting, we don't have the pitching. If we don't have the pitching, we have the hitting. You know, it's always a constant seesaw. And hopefully the Mets can find themselves getting back. They're down by 3. It's not the end of the world, but they need to show some life and show it quick, I will say. No more of, not scoring a run until the 9th. It's not going to cut it whatsoever if they want sustainable success here down the stretch. So Mets trivia. Which Hall of Fame pitcher began his career with the Mets and went on to rack up over 5,000 strikeouts? Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson, Sandy Koufax. I know that answer. I'm not even going to answer, though. I want everyone in the chat to answer that one. That's a great trivia question. We don't do it enough in the chat. So everyone answer that question from Rightful Zig. I want everyone to answer that and see who got it right and who got it wrong. That'll be fun. And we finally have the relief pitching. Oh my God, we haven't in a very long time, but we can't bat. I know it's never. We're always missing something. There you go. That was pretty easy by everybody. Yes, the man who was sent way too soon. Way too soon. Just imagine if Nolan Ryan actually had a prolonged career with the Mets. What could have happened? It's crazy. What's up, Greg? Happy to have you here. Mets need to tank. They're not going to, Dylan, nor do they need to. That's curveball that misses the outside corner, and it's 1-0 on the count here to Javi Baez. So the Mets have yet to record their first hit of the night, folks, after going 3 up, 3 down in their past inning. Bottom of the second, next pitch here, a curveball out of the zone again, however, and Javi swings right through that one, even though it wasn't close, and it's 1-1. That's the biggest issue with Javi. He just, I just don't understand why he swings a certain. Like, see, that's a good pitch to swing at that Javi swung at and swung through, but the pitch before that wasn't. And now it's 1-2 on the count. Curveball got him there. We'll see if it continues to become a problem for Javi here. 1-2. He's down to his last strike. Way upstairs on the 93 here, out of the glove of Posey. No problem, however. Back even on the count, 2-2. And they're 2-2. And that's going to be a pitch in the dirt on the off speed. And it's 3-2. Full count here to Javi Baez now, the leadoff hitter for the Mets in the bottom of the second today. And the 3-2. And that's a curveball topped over foul. Good chance there by Baez to make contact. Definitely a ball, though, that if he times it right, can absolutely rip. Still 3-2 on the count here. And again, this is Sammy Long, who came into tonight's game with an over 5-year array and 8 appearances this season. And the 3-2 now. Full count by Long to Baez is underway. And that's going to be a curveball in the dirt. Javi Baez gets walked. That's a sight to see. He pimps the walk, too, a little bit, which I find a little funny, not going to lie. Either way, Baez is the leadoff runner on with no outs here in the bottom of the second. Awesome plate discipline there by Javi after swinging at a pitch he shouldn't have swung at, but otherwise he was doing okay in the at-bat. Here now is Big Mike, baby. Be like Mike. Michael Conforto, who has struggled mightily this season, especially against lefties. We'll see what he can do here. Don't grind into a double play. I'll try not to, Justin. First pitch by Conforto, to Conforto, pardon me, and that's going to be hacked away foul to the left side on the 93 fastball. It's 0-1 on the count. Mets have their leadoff runner on in the inning, Javi Baez, thanks to a walk. Yes, Javi Baez was walked. No outs here. 0-1 on the count of Michael Conforto. Giants have a strong 3-0 lead here early thanks to 2 home runs. And Long gets set for pitch number 20, about to be underway. 0-1 on the count. And that's a big curve that hits the top of the strike zone, but that's not a called strike because, again, this umpire is absolute garbage. Sounds like a day that ends in Y. Back even on the count, however, 1-1. That's going to be a curveball inside, out of the zone. 2-1 now in Michael's favor. Yes, I do know the Mets have 11th and 13th picks next year because of the Kumar Rocker situation. Yep. AB. Oh, my goodness, AB. Get Heaney out of there. Come on. You got to come back. The winning streak cannot end tonight, AB. We need the Yanks to win tonight. And checks back at first. Javi ain't going anywhere. Javi Baez is, of course, a base stealing threat. One of the best guys to steal a bag there is in baseball. Not so much necessarily because of his straight speed, but rather just his awareness on the base paths is slim to none. It's truly something special to watch. And the 2-1 here to Michael, however. Curveball in for a called strike right down the lane. 2-2. Back even on the count. And the 2-2. And that's going to be topped foul by Michael Conforto. At bat still alive. 2-2 here. Again, the Mets are trying to get back on the Giants, who have taken a quick 3-0 lead thanks to a Brandon Belt 1-out, first inning home run, dead center solo shot for Belt. And then in the top of the second, with 1 runner on, making quick work was Yastrzemski, ripping one to right. And that was a no-doubter as well. And Giants have themselves this commanding 3-0 lead. And that pitch comes in the dirt. Full count. Back-to-back full counts here for Mr. Sammy Long to start off the bomb the second against the Mets. Javi Baez got on first with a walk. Now Michael Conforto is 1 pitch away from doing the exact same thing. And the 3-2. And Conforto's going to top that one. Playable for the double play, and that'll do her. So Michael Conforto, unfortunately, doing what you don't want him to do in that situation. Grabs into the double play, and the Mets are now 1 out away from getting out of the second, unfortunately. Justin, I'm sorry. I saw opposite field potential, and I couldn't help myself. Here we go. Everyone's going to rag Michael now because he grounded into a double play. Two out, and now here comes JD Davis, who's been swinging the bat really well. His last game against the Dodgers was fantastic. JD's biggest kryptonite, however, this season has been where runners in scoring position as of late, taking the wrong pitches at the wrong times. First pitch, though, and with no on, I think there's a solid chance JD may get on base here. It's 1-0 now on the count. Javi is a free agent at the end of the year. That is correct. And the 1-0 here to JD, and that's going to be called strike. Curveball right down the lane. 1-1 on the count, back even. All right, that's going to be foul tip. Mets are down their final strike of the inning. My apologies, guys. I'm yawning so much. I had a big dinner before going live, so I'm assuming that's why I'm getting myself so tired all of a sudden. So I'm going to pop an energy drink in a minute, and we're going to get back up and rolling. Javi's a straight free agent as JD Davis flies one to shallow right. Getting under is going to be Lamont Wade Jr. Snags it, and that'll do it for the inning. So after gaining one runner on with no outs, Michael Conforto double play and a fly out by JD Davis, and Mets now head to the top of the third, down by 3 runs. Cigars are great for waking you up. I agree, Gerald, but not cigar time. We're not going to just light one up right now on the stream. Here, hold on 1 second, guys. I'm going to go grab a soda. Stay beautiful. Back. We're never going to catch the Rays if he's starting games on a consistent basis. Yeah, I mean, Yankees have been on a roll, but I've never been feeling confident about them catching the Rays. Tampa's just a different beast. Oh, this isn't an energy drink. It's just soda. I'm not an energy drink fan for the most part, though they're too much for me. All right, folks, Mets are hitless now through 2 innings. Hanging at the top of the third. Josh with a $5 donation. Thank you so much for that. Everyone, hype in the chat for Josh with the $5 donation. Josh says here, it's so bizarre to how this team can't hit fastballs down the middle. The same pitch that Yaz took 450 to right center. Conforto grounds into double play. It's the nature of the game. What are you going to do? Conforto was lefty on lefty in that at bat to be, to at least say that because Conforto has not done well against lefties this year. But yeah, it's frustrating. And Brandon Belt gets the second hit of the day, this time being an opposite field single, up and in on the hands, no problem. So 1 on to lead things off here for the top of the third. The Giants have been doing since what they've started the game with, and that is continuously hitting. So 1 on, no out. Brandon Belt now a home run and a single. He is a double and a triple away from the cycle tonight. Josh, thank you again so much for the donation, though. I appreciate that, my friend. Everyone, hyping the chat for Josh. He's absolutely right. Again, it's been frustrating for all of us all season long, guys. 40 likes away already from 100 in the chat. So thank you all so much for that. Continue to smash that like and subscribe button if you're enjoying the stream, everybody. Andre, I've been good, buddy. How are you, my man? I'm happy to have you here. First pitch now to Buster Posey, and that's going to be in the dirt with the off-speed pitch. 1-0 on the count. And the 1-0. That's going to be hacked away foul the right side by Buster. It's 1-1 now on the count. All right, and the 1-1. And that's going to be off speed pitch out of the zone. 2-1 now on the count of Buster Posey. Do you think the Mets should have a lottery so the teams don't tank? Do you think the MLB should have a lottery? A lottery would be very interesting. I wouldn't be against that. However, I would like the MLB to give the allowance to trade draft picks before going to do that. Because I think the MLB is long overdue for trading draft picks. Big swing and miss there by Posey. And it's back even on the count, 2-2. Takes the fastball down and in. Jared Eichhoff, I haven't heard that name in a while. ABC, I obviously hope they do. I pray the Mets win tonight, but early 3-0 deficit never feels good against the best team in baseball in the Giants. 2-2, that's going to be just off the mark, down out of the zone, and now it's back full count now here. No out, 1 on for Buster Posey in the top of the third. So I think Stroman is a must. I think he's as close to a must when it comes to a priority as it gets. Yes. And that's going to be topped over. Can the double play happen? No, it cannot. So they get at least Buster Posey because there was a hit and run situation. The Giants were able to avoid the double play, but a little taste that we were able to finally start seeing of how quick Javi Baez and Lindor will turn the ball together. And that was nice to see. So we see Lindor at short, tosses it a second without a problem. Javi to first, even with having the runner right in his way. So they got the out fielder's choice, if you will, because the double play was not present. So there's 1 away, and now 1 on second here in the top of the third. Thunder, what's up, my man? A great member on the channel says, ran a Yankees fan out of the public pool. He insulted me for being a Mets fan. Thunder, dare I ask what you did? And there's going to be a no play there at, oh my goodness gracious, what just happened? An infield hit from the Giants. No one was on first. Alonso bobbled the ball, and Megill did not read the play enough in time, was not able to cover first. I don't understand what I just witnessed, folks. I really don't. Runners on the corners, 1 out, top of the third, first pitch here to Crawford, and that's a swing and miss on the off-speed pitch out of the zone. It's 0-1. Do I think the Mets should have challenged the play at first against Conforto? No. And the 0-1, and that's going to be out of the zone. Same exact pitch, but Crawford does not bite. It's 1-1 back even on the count. I yelled at him and told him to get the hell out of there with this fake crap. Well, Thunder, I'm glad you put him in his place. He doesn't have any right talking down on you, my man. Oh, my goodness. And the 1-1. And that's going to be chopped away foul the left side. Hacked away, I should say, by Crawford. It's 1-2 now. He's down to his final strike. Yankees have cut the lead to 1 against the Braves. After giving up 2 early runs, Yanks have got themselves at least 1 on the board and are making something early against the Braves. Hopefully the Yankees can come through. The only time you'll hear me rooting for the Yankees. But yes, Yanks, Braves, 2-1. Braves lead in the second right now. And the 1-2 now to Crawford. And that's off-speed pitch again. Misses out of the zone. Not chased by Crawford. 2-2 on the count. Mets bullpen and rotation has been their rock. It's the only reason why the Mets have been where they've been this year and their success. It's the reason why they're not upwards of 10 games below 500, given the horrendous offense this year. And the 2-2. Hacked away foul. Might be playable. JD's going after it. It is not, however. Drops in the dugout. And it's 2-2. I like Megill too. I really do. But yes, there's no doubting that he's not having a good outing. However, Giants have been working him quite impressively at this point. Again, this is a Giants club that is, just under 40 games above 500. Best record in baseball, the first team to 80 wins. It's crazy. It's unbelievable how consistent the Giants have been this season. And all you have to do is admire it and hope the Mets can find themselves in similar fate at some point. And that's a strikeout on Crawford the second time. Megill has struck out Crawford tonight. Now there's 2 away. Runners on the corner still, however. Big strikeout there on Crawford, who has been an absolute stud this year for the Giants, the 34-year-old shortstop. Let's get some hype in there for Megill. That was a big, big strikeout, given all that's transpired so far. Second of the night on Crawford in as many tries. 47 pitches in for Tylor. And Mets will be fortunate if they can get at least 5 innings out of him today. Wilmer Flores, however, we all love Wilmer. This will be tough, though. Wilmer coming off of a double that led to a run back an inning ago. And the 0-0. And that's going to be topped over foul to the third baseline by Wilmer. It's 0-1 now on the count. Enjoy your Uber Eats, Matthew. 4 years you said for Stroman. That could potentially work. I don't know exactly on the amount of money he'd be making per year, but I think a 4-year contract for Stroman is actually fairly realistic. If the Mets are willing to do it, given his age, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad deal at all, in my opinion. 0-2 now on the count here to Wilmer Flores. Giants are down to their final strike of the inning. Still runners on the corners and 2 outs. Giants have a 3-0 lead at this point, folks. Thanks to 2 home runs, 1 a solo shot by Brandon Belt in the first inning after 1 out, and then by Yastrzemski in the second inning with a guy on to make it 3-0 at that point. Thunder, don't take to heart what the Yankees fan said, though. I will say that, okay? Let that be the least of your concerns. A half swing by Wilmer Flores, beautifully placed by Megill out of the zone, and he gets out of that inning unscathed. Again, what has been so impressive about Megill all season long is his ability to get out of jams, get through adversity, even when he is not having his stuff. So shout out to Megill. His stuff has been flat tonight, but he's still able to get clutch back-to-back Ks to keep the Mets in this game heading to the bottom of the third. Oh, dude, I missed the spammers so much. Dude, that brought a smile to my face. I'm glad people care so much. I'm so happy to have them back. I miss the spammers. There we go. Either way, Jeff McNeil's 1-0 on the count here. Batting 7th tonight. Curveball for a called strike. 1-1 back even on the count for this lefty-lefty matchup. He's in left field today, if you guys don't know by now. And that's going to be 1-2 now on the count. I'm great, Eli. How are you, my man? Appreciate you being here. He copied my name too. I know. I encourage it. It shows they care. And that's going to be a curveball that gets the outside corner out of the zone. But that's a called strike. Again, this umpire's garbage. Not going to give you anything. Just horrendous. These calls are horrendous. I can't even blame McNeil for not swinging there. It was a full ball out of the fucking zone. Pardon my French. Just good frame job by Buster, but still horrendous. First pitch here to Mazika, ripped to no avail on the 92 here inside, and it's going to be 0-1 on the count. And granted, look, every team fights adversity with umpires this year, so I'm not going to just say, oh, the Mets are the only team that gets poor umpires. It's been universal across the league this year, but no less. It's just inexcusable. It doesn't matter who it's happening to. It's been happening, and it happens literally on an everyday basis. And God forbid the Mets have a short streak of stability when it comes to umpiring. It's just, I've never seen a season this bad, truly. That's curveball top of the zone that he did call a strike on a pitch earlier today on a fastball. Now with the curve there, though, it's 2-1. That's going to be a fastball out of the zone. Now going to be 3-1 on the count here to Patrick Mazika. Pat is one pitch away from getting on base with one out here in the bottom of the third, which would bring up Tylor Megill for his first at bat of the day. And the 3-1. Hacked away foul. Now full count. I'm fluent in your French with baseball this year. That's a funny comment. I like that, Tanya. I could see that you have some frustration, rightfully so. Mazika rips one, and it's going to be, oh my goodness, Dickerson almost ran into Yastrzemski. I don't know what they're doing. And now there's 2 away. Yeah, I don't know, Thunder. People are silly. I can care less, though. I enjoy it. Fastball out of the zone. Who has more Mets? Who has more fans, Mets or Giants? Part of me, I want to say the Giants just because they've been around longer, because you have the connection in both New York and San Fran. 1-1 here on the count. And that's going to be a curveball out of the zone to Tylor Megill. It's 2-1. And that's going to be ripped by Tylor Megill. Oh, my God! They played in on Tylor Megill, and he gets himself a 2-out double. Yo, that's fantastic. We'll take that, baby. Shout out to Megill. Let's go, baby. You'll love to see it. Since the spammers have come in the chat, the Mets have gone on base. So we'll take that. First hit of the night, breaking up the no hitter. We'll take that. That's how I love the fact that that's how the no hitter got broken up. Guys, what was your let me see everyone's reaction to Miguel. That's fine. What's up, my man? Anti-Yankees. That's fine. 1-1. You're on the count now for Brandon Nimmo, folks. Tylor Megill gets himself a double to break up the no-hitter. Mets have a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight with 2 away. He runs like Tom Brady. Oh, you know he's a stud then. Absolutely. And that's going to be a little topper by Nimmo. No chance. That'll do it for the inning. I don't know what that swing by Nimmo was. I think it was like a half check swing that he didn't try to get down, but it happened. And now the Mets are out of the inning. They head to the top of the fourth, still down 3-0. And again, guys, if you're just chiming in again and you're enjoying the stream as the Mets are losing 3-0, so I understand the enjoyment might not be coming so much from the Mets play rather than just our interaction in the chat, but no less if you're enjoying it. If you haven't smashed those buttons again, help us get to 100 likes by the end of the stream. It's always a short-term goal before we get to the end, and help us get a 10K subs as well. If you're new, that would really mean a lot, guys. But yeah, Nemo, I don't know what that swing was. That, in a nutshell, that was not a pretty swing. That's really all I can say. Not ideal whatsoever. Let's go, Mets. Absolutely, Hernando. Happy to have you here, my man. Mets are in a hole right now. We'll see if they, again, guys, you know how the Mets work. Even with Lindor and Javi being back, wouldn't be surprising at all if the Mets don't start doing anything until like the 7th inning today. So we'll see. Why is the Mets pitchers better at hitting? Just the nature of the game this season. They have not been consistent whatsoever, hitting wise. They haven't because of endless injuries, not being in a rhythm long enough, and that's really it. They just nothing has clicked for them this year offensively. Megill did have the best swing. He really did. What happened? Oh, good. I'm good. I was nervous that the spammer wouldn't come back. That's fine. I appreciate the mods doing their best work right now, but trust me when I say that I enjoy this. Um, Braves and Yankees content. You'd have to think he's a Braves or a Yanks. I think he's a Braves fan because he acknowledged the Braves first. So I'm assuming he's a Braves fan. Yes, the guy's been blocked. If you guys don't know how spammers work, they're fun. It's very you can make YouTube you can make new YouTube accounts pretty quick. So what happens is you ban them, you block them from the chat, and then they'll take a couple more minutes, and then they'll make themselves a new account of something silly that they wanted to then spam in the chat again. It's just a constant thing until they get tired out, and then they realize that I had too much enjoyment. It's one of those two things. So no less, that's how they go about things, and nothing to worry about. I always enjoy it. 1-1 here on the count now to Yastrzemski, folks. Here on the pardon me, top of the fourth, not bottom of the fourth. Top of the fourth here. Hernando with the $2 donation. Everyone, don't know hype in the chat for my man Hernando. Thank you so much for that, buddy. That means a lot. I'm happy to have you here. You know I appreciate your support. Everyone that's been supporting, thank you all so much for that. As Yastrzemski flies one up to shallow left field. JD's under it. JD says, I'll do this myself, Jeff. Don't worry about it. And now there's one away, folks. But again, Hernando, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that, buddy. Philly losing. Love to see it. Who are the Phillies playing tonight, by the way, guys? I don't even know. I know it's Braves and Yanks tonight, but I forgot who the Phillies were playing. And that's going to be ripped to right. Is it playable? It's going to go foul, however. Looks like LaStella with the swing, if I'm not mistaken. If so, it'll be, yep, LaStella is 0-1 now on the count here. Oh, they're playing Tampa. That's right. Yes, that's good. That's good. That's a series that should not benefit the Phillies. Hopefully, Tampa wins that one. And the 0-1, that's ripped. And now it's 0-2. LaStella's down to his final strike here. And the 0-2 by Megill. Fastball inside. Now 1-2 on the count. Isn't it funny how both pitchers have a hit tonight? Sammy Long got his first career hit, and Tylor Megill got the first hit of the Mets game, breaking up the no-hitter on Mr. Sammy Long. So it's like anything you can do, I can do better type thing. Yes, entire Giants lineup is scary. You are absolutely correct. The Giants don't even have KB starting tonight, and Evan Longoria is on the IL, but he's been killing it when healthy. Yeah, Giants are unbelievably deep. It's crazy, and Gabe Kapler loves to do switches. You know, like halfway through the game. Like it'll be surprising if you see plenty of guys in position throughout the entirety of the game without being switched. But yes, that is going to be a center single there for LaStella. So Giants give themselves a one-out base runner for the third time tonight. Sammy Long now coming up, 1 for 1 on the day, 1 for 7 in the season with a smoking 286 OPS. Travis with the 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Travis. Hope you're doing well, my man. I know you're a big Mets fan too, so thank you so much for that, buddy. Yeah, thank you again for that, Travis. Oh, they're going all in tonight. We got multiple kids chiming in, folks. Bring them on. Let's battle this. Give me this war. No, I won't ignore them, Nathan, because I enjoy the entertainment. Let's bring some. It brings positivity in what has otherwise been a fairly negative stream, given the Mets' lack of success at this point. So it's okay. They get the pass. Joey Matthew working overtime for me. You'll love to see it. 0-2 now on the count. Well, one out, one on. Top of the fourth. 3-0. Giants lead. 61 pitches in here for Megill. And the 0-2. And that's going to be a called strike. So Tylor Megill gets himself a strikeout on lawn. Let's get some K hype in the chat for Megill. Even if it's on the pitcher, we'll take it though. With 2 out, 1 on, Lamont Wade is coming up for his third at bat of the night already, and we're only in the fourth. I cannot believe it's crazy that we're already in the third at bat. Travis with the $2 dono. Hope my play-by-plays get as popular as yours. Travis, you'll continue to grow, my friend. Just continue to put in the effort, and no less, success will definitely come your way. I'm beyond humbled and grateful to be in the position that I am, and it wouldn't be for everyone that's watching right now, and I thank everyone for that. But Travis, thank you again for the donation, buddy. I wish you nothing but success, my friend. It does mean a lot. 0-1 here on the count now. 63 pitches in for Megill. 3-0. Giants lead. 2 out, 1 on. Top of the fourth. And the 0-1 here to Lamont Wade. And that's going to be topped over foul of the third baseline. And the Giants are down to their final strike of the inning. And the 0-2. And that's going to be topped over foul again on the 95 here. Still 0-2 here, folks. Brandon Belt would be up next should the inning continue. He's 2 for 2 on the day. He's just a double and a triple shy of the cycle. And the 0-2. And that's going to be topped over foul again, but behind the backstop. Keeping that bat alive is Lamont Wade Jr. Megill, again, if the Mets can get 5 innings from Megill today, I think that'll be fine. If they can get 6, that'd be awesome. But I'm hoping for 5 at this point. He's only 66 pitches in. Thing about Megill is that he's scared to play in a big environment like New York. That's just simply not true, my friend. All due respect, that's not true at all. And the 0-2. And that's ripped by Lamont Wade Jr., deep center, and it's a 5-0 ball game. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I did pick Lamont Wade Jr. as one of the top 3 hitters, along with Crawford and Chris Bryant, to be afraid of this series. There you go. First pitch here to Belt is 94 inside. Yeah, this will probably be Megill's final inning now. I don't think he's going to pitch at least 5. Yeah, not fun, folks. Not fun. I did not think that the pitching would be the issue for the Mets tonight. But again, it's both pitching and hitting. As Belt rips one opposite field, and that's an opposite field home run by Brandon Belt. Holy shit, man. My scoreboard hasn't even updated, folks. It's 6-0 Giants. Oh, my God. Miguel's worst start of his career. Crazy. Jake, put your arm around Miguel quick. I would, but Jake isn't even with the club right now. Payne says, Richie, I know. Giants are crazy good. No, they are. Again, it just... Giants have hit 10 home runs in the past 4 games. Holy shit, man. Must be nice to have a team who ranks on the regular. I know. The Mets have been a home run happy the past couple of years, but my goodness, they've went as far away from that as possible this year. And that's going to be another hit. Oh, my God. Can we just get out of the inning, please? Buster Posey rips one. Base hit. 2 out, 1 on. When it rains, it pours. My goodness gracious, folks. I'm sorry for my Mets fans that are enduring this with me. Wow. Brandon Belt, 2 bombs tonight. Like, what? Ronnie Mauricio just hit a 3-run bomb. That's something to be excited about, at least. And that's going to be ripped, and that's going to be a single. Yep. Looks like errors galore over here. Oh, my goodness. I mean, there's reason to be a little shocked given that Megill pitched 6 of 1-run ball against the Giants 5 days ago. Given the fact that the Mets have not been blown out this bad by San Fran, nearly this bad all year long so far. Yeah, there's reason to feel this way. As good as the Giants are, no one expected the game to be like this. Giants fans maybe, but Mets fans obviously not. Trevor Williams is warming up. Again, Williams is an upside because he can come in for lawn relief in these situations. But, man. Wow. 2 on, 2 out, and that'll do it for Megill. Rojas is coming in. Tylor just to not have it today. Just when I felt like he was starting to get a little bit on a roll. Nope. Home runs galore for the Giants now, as they've hit 10 bombs in their past 4 games, including 4 home runs tonight, folks. And we're only in the top of the 4th inning. Are the Braves losing? They were still winning 2-1 last time I checked against the Yankees. But we'll see. I'd like to see us just come back and score like 8 runs, but so hard. No, no, no. The Mets are not scoring 8 runs tonight. No way. No way. We'll be streaming till the end of the game. You guys know I will, but yeah. Um, Mets are more than likely losing this game. Have very little optimism here. You think the Giants may be cheating? No. No, I don't think the Giants are cheating. I think they're just a damn good team. Daniel, of course you're welcome here. It doesn't matter who you're a fan of. Just all we ask is that everyone be respectful. Care to place a wager, Tyler? Matthew, no. Mets will win. I'm not even gonna do you harm by going the lengths of a wager. I hope they do, but by no means am I optimistic right now. Oh, the game is tied 2-2. That's a positive at least. Travis with a $2 donation. Mets make me sick. I appreciate the donation. I'm sorry you're feeling sick. You're not the only one. Again, when you give up 4 home runs and not even 4 innings, it's definitely not the most comforting feeling. Not the most comforting. All the excitement and optimism we had going into tonight's game is just blown out of the water. Worst start of Tylor Megill's career and his defense. It is coming up against the best team in baseball, so I'm not going to really harp on it too much. Trevor Williams is now in the game, however, with a 4.71 ERA. Williams has been really solid so far in short appearances for the Mets. We'll see what he can do now in a longer relief role, hopefully for at least the next 2 innings. Maybe if the Mets can get 3 out of him, that'd be fantastic. But I think 2 feels comfortable right now saying. 2 on, 2 out now, and Megill is still dealing with the runners on first and second. Should any runs come in, as Crawford rips that off speed pitch right through that one, that's going to be called strike. So it's 0-1 on the count. And James, no, you're still the best, buddy. I appreciate your kind words, my man. Luke, what's up, my man? Happy to have you here. Happy to have all you guys here. If you're new to the stream and if you're enjoying it, as I share my own play-by-play commentary and reaction, please make sure to drop that like and subscribe on. Help us get to 100 likes. Help us get to 10K subs by the end of the season. That would really mean a lot. Us Mets fans are in shambles right now for good reason. Decent optimism going into tonight's game with the return of Lindor and Javi, and now the Mets are down by 6 runs, and the Giants are looking to do more damage before the inning even ends. So that's where we're currently at, folks. And the 1-1, that's going to be called strike right around the outside corner. Giants are down to their final strike of the inning. $26 likes away from 100. So again, guys, smash those buttons. Thank you all so much in advance, too. Does mean a lot. 1-2 on the count, and that's going to be ripped by Crawford. That's going to be a base hit. That'll bring in at least 1 run, and the Giants now have a commanding 7-0 lead. Whoa. Oh, 1 here on Flores. Mark says, respectfully, as a Giants fan, the Mets are a fake 61 ball clubs. Mark, respectfully, what kind of even comment is that? First of all, 60 wins clearly doesn't cut it. So if you're denouncing even just their 60 wins, take a hike, Mark. Like, I don't. There was no respect in that comment. I don't understand that. And the 0-1. And that's going to be topped away foul the right side. 0-2. Where's the mercy rule? Throw in the damn towel, right? 1, 2 on the count here. My God. I hate having to do these streams when it's by such a deficit because it's just doom and gloom the entire remainder of the stream. If the Mets come back tonight, folks, I will raffle off a jersey on the channel to buy tomorrow's stream. Any jersey, whoever would win it. Be a randomly selected winner. If the Mets come back tonight, I will give away a jersey. The Mets finally retire. Finally get out of the inning, but not before giving up multiple runs. 4 more runs they gave up in that inning. Hits are 12-1 in the Giants' favor. Is horrendous looking for us Mets fans right now. But yes, if the Mets come back, I will give away a jersey, and we'll talk about it tomorrow in tomorrow's stream. Oh, John, you have no idea, John. Everyone shout out Hot Take Hockey, though. If you guys like consistent hockey content, please make sure to check out my man, John. But yeah, this is the biggest blowout I've witnessed on this stream, especially in a while. It's not fun. Not fun. When the Mets come back, I don't want all these naysayers enjoying it. Agreed. These Mets remind you of the 86 Mets. Matt, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing, Master? Please enlighten me. I worry. What is up? A bunch of letters. Remember when the Mets fleeced the Giants and gave us Beltran for Wheeler? Yes. Braves gonna score again now. That's not fun. Mets remind me of the first half Yankees. I see that. I do. Guys, rolling down my. All right. Why isn't the scoreboard changed yet? The scoreboard's got to change it. Guys, the scoreboard will update. It's still a 7-0 Giants lead. I don't know why my scoreboard hasn't updated yet. If it doesn't, by time the 5th inning comes around, then I'll manually change it. It's going to lag a little bit in my stream. I apologize if that happens, but yeah. Mets are only down by 7. So you're saying there's a chance. Feeling like Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber right now. I mean, we're not down by 10, so that's a positive. Lon, it's going to be a curveball inside, and it's 1-0 on the count. Pete Alonso is 0 for 1 on the day, thanks to a curveball strikeout. Sammy Long, Cy Young, if you guys didn't know him, southpaw, over 5-year rate going into this game. So far, has only given up 1 hit to the opposing pitcher, who is now out of the game, that being a Tylor Megill. And it's 1-0 on the count. It's going to be a curveball in the dirt. No chance. Stop there before going to backstop, and it's 2-0 on the count. Giants are the best team. Yes, the statistics, the record would indicate that. Not a fan of San Fran teams. I mean, neither am I. I'm definitely not a Giants fan. I know that the Mets are orange because of the Giants and they're blue because of the Dodgers. That's how they start off, but I'm not a Giants. I don't hate the Giants, but I'm not a Giants fan at all. They still give me PTSD from 2016 as well. We're facing Kershaw. If you didn't realize, that's why I haven't been seeing him with the Dodgers, because he got traded. I just didn't notice it. No wonder all I'm seeing is curveballs from the southpaw. Three and 1 on the count. Pete rips a high fastball out of the zone. That would have been ball 4. Maybe not, because the ump has been around. Guys, my bunny, Gigi, if you don't know, I have a bunny. Her name's Gigi. She's so cute. I don't know. She's a lion head. She's 7 months old. She'll be in the stream later at some point, I'm sure, just even if the Mets are still losing by 7. She just dropped completely in her cage. A lot of times what bunnies do when they get tired, they just drop completely. Pete Alonso grounds out, went away. Don't even care right now. But she just dropped completely in her cage, like, doop, and she's just laying out flat. I think that's literally how I feel about watching the Mets right now. I just want to drop onto my bed and just go to bed. She's done with this game too. Francisco Lindor is up for his second at bat of the night. Lindor's first game back since being out, thanks to an oblique injury from a swing against the Pirates in Pittsburgh back on July 16th. Hit one just short of a home run on the warning track back a couple innings ago. He's going to take a called strike on the outside corner with the curveball on 1 on the count. Fastball on the line, not a called strike because, again, this umpire's garbage. He's been bad for both the Mets and the Giants tonight, not with just one or the other. I will agree on that. Most times when I see this, it isn't a complete bias one way or the other. It's just horrendous all around. So another bad call by the ump. Still 1-1 on the count here, though, folks. Mets are only down by 7 runs. My scoreboard has yet to update. I don't know why it isn't updating. So like I said, if it doesn't update by the time we get to the 5th inning, I'll do it myself. I'm just going to lag like crazy in the stream for like 5 minutes because my software is unbelievably stupid. But yeah, it's really, we will be live again on the channel tomorrow. We will then be live on Thursday for the series finale. Not a whole lot of optimism, but no less. We'll see if the Mets can do anything. I predict the Mets won't do anything offensively till the 7th. I hope I'm proven wrong, however. 2-1 on the count with one away. Bomb the 4th. And the pitch. And Lindor swings through that fastball. He's down to his final strike. Bro, stop chasing. I mean, Lindor didn't chase a pitch there. So, I don't know what you're referring to there, Joey. Yeah, it's a 7-0 ball game. Lindor's going to top one foul. Don't let my scoreboard deceive you guys. I'm going to be updating it soon. Like I said, I don't know why it hasn't updated yet. I think it couldn't handle the amount of runs the Giants scored in just the 4th inning. So I think it's just taking its dear sweet time to update. And the 2-2. And that's going to be ripped by Francisco Lindor, and it's going to be foul. Lindor has looked really good so far against Long here. Like I said, he was just shy of a home run on the warning track. His first at-bat, ripped one just a couple feet foul here. Still 2-2 on the count, however. Tyler, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I respect the hell out of the Giants. I admire what the Giants are doing this year. Seriously, no one expected this. 2-2. Lindor's going to pop one. It got out. That one he actually did chase for. They're going after it. Shallow outfield, and that'll be caught. And now there's 2 away. So Lindor, not a great swing there. But before that, it was a better swing. So take that as you will. Buster Posey's getting checked on now here in the bottom of the 4th. We'll see I think everything's fine with him. You predicted, Tyler, that's literally what I predicted for the Giants this year. I predicted them to go like right around 82 and 80. I said that in my predictions video going into the season. I thought the Giants would be looming right around 500 this year. And no less, they've already hit 80 wins with just around 40 games left this season. Remarkable. Curveball out of the zone. Now it's going to be 1-0 on the count here to Javi Baez. 2 out, no on, bottom of the 4th. Mets, no offense, no pitching. That means you're not going to win a baseball game. Sammy Long, pitching an absolute gem so far against these Mets. And as I mentioned, guys, if the scoreboard does not fix itself by the time we get to the 5th inning, I will fix it myself. That's going to be a call strike. Actually, a good call. Top of the zone. 1-1, back even on the count. Thanks to that 73-mile-per-hour curveball. Pops one foul by Baez, and the Mets are down their final strike of the inning. And we're just under 20 likes away from a hundo in the chat, guys. So thank you all so much. As us Mets fans go through this depression together, one thing is certain, we are a community. We're in this together. I appreciate all your support, everybody. So thank you again for that. Larry, what's up, my man? Great member on the channel. And Javi swings through the off-speed pitch in typical Javi fashion. That does it for the inning. Mets head to the top of the fifth, down 7-0. I'm going to go and manually fix the scoreboard myself, guys. So give me 1 second. I'm going to lag like a mofo while doing this. So bear with me as I go through this. It's not going to be fun. Like I said, my software is just stupid. So it's going to lag like crazy whenever I go into a different website. But Larry, to answer your question, Megill gave up 4 home runs tonight. So yeah, that's what happened. Total of 6 runs, actually 7 runs, pardon me, because he was charged with the run once Trevor Williams came into the game. So yeah, Tylor Megill's final line was 3 innings and just over maybe 3.1 innings, give up 7 runs, 4 homers, his worst start of his professional career. Yeah, not what I expected tonight, but San Francisco Giants are the best team in baseball, trying to make a statement tonight. Can't blame them for doing that. Just pains me that they had to do it against my Mets that, are trying to take any positives out of winning their last game against the Dodgers and had a good series, a solid series against the Giants. Won 1 of 3, but they were in every single game. But yeah, this is the biggest blowout the Mets have faced throughout this entire 14-game stretch against the 2 best teams of baseball, that being in the Giants and the Dodgers, respectively. So again, like I said, bear with me, guys. I'm going to update my scoreboard because it's decided not to do it itself. So we're going to get that over with. Nothing that I love more than for my software to not do what it's supposed to do. I appreciate you guys chiming in, though. I don't know I don't know how your depressed selves want to be here, but clearly I'm doing something right. Maybe this is just entertainment at this point for being able to vent, have discussions, because when the Mets are losing about 7-0, it's not a fun thing. And normally, if you're just going to keep it bottled up inside about yourself, you're not going to be in the best mental headspace. So it's actually kind of good for us to have these discussions together live as kind of like a support group, if you will. And yes, I'm not exaggerating. That's the life of a Mets fan when we go through these waves of emotions. 1-0 here on the count. And it's going to be a called strike at the knees by Williams. Back even 1-1 on the count for Mikey Yastrzemski. Ripped an absolute piss missile to the right side last time he was up for a 2-run shot. At that point, it made the game 3-0. Giants. I wish that was still the case, but it's 7-0 now. Like I said, I will be lagging a bit just for like another minute. Bear with me, guys, as I'm updating the scoreboard. You guys can get an inside look on how the scoreboard is made as well. All this stuff is very easy to do for all you other YouTubers out there that are like, oh, how do you do this? The same way most people do it. So, again, give me 1 second. Got to shape up this scoreboard, make it look all fancy. That's going to be strikeout there by Trevor Williams. So 1 up, 1 down for Williams here in the top of the 5th, folks. Trevor Williams, if you guys don't know, was acquired by the New York Mets and the trade with Javi Baez coming to Queens. The Mets' decision reportedly to land Trevor Williams over Zach Davies was mainly because of the fact that, 1, the Mets did not see a drastic difference between the 2 pitchers, and 2, the biggest X factor to them was Trevor Williams' ability to be optioned to AAA. So the Mets like that. That was not an available option with Zach Davies, however. So because of that, they went the Trevor Williams route. And so far, Trevor's been solid for the Mets. I can't complain and how his role has been to this point. All right, folks, bear with me. Almost done lagging. We're almost there. And we good now? I think we're good now. Okay. All right, I think we're done lagging, folks. Now we're 10 likes away from a hundo, you beauties. 2-1 on the count. That's going to be off-speed pitch for a called ball. 3-1 on the count here. We're 1 away, top of the 5th. Mets only down by 7. You got to believe. No, this isn't sarcasm. And the 3-1. And that's fastball outside, ball 4. There you go. Tommy La Stella gets on base here for the second time tonight. He got himself a single last time he was up to center. So, again, Giants, there's been a trend this game. It's the fourth time in this 5 innings the Giants have gone on base with 1 out. And they normally have been doing some pretty damn good damage with 1 out, might I add. So, fourth time tonight, they get 1 on 1 out here. Now here's Sammy Long, the southpaw pitcher who got his first hit of the night, his first career hit of his career, literally. Everyone's copying for him. I'm glad to see at least one team is making history tonight. 0-1 here on the count, however. Obviously, Sammy has a goal to move the runner from first to second. J.D. Davis playing in. The bunt is being shown by Long. And that's going to be a bunt, and it'll get down, and the runner will advance. So smoothly done there by Sammy Long. So 1 runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 19 pitches in for Trevor Williams. Larry, believe it or not, Wilmer has not been the X factor in tonight's game at this point. We all love Wilmer. He had a double today and a run scoring, but, Wilmer's not the one that's been killing the Mets today. It's been virtually everyone else. Lamont Wade Jr. is up at the plate now, 1 for 3 with a 2-run shot that I knew would be a problem in this series. I picked him as one of the top 3 guys to look for from the Giants heading into the series, knowing that he swung the bat well and had a good defense against the Mets in their last series against each other in San Francisco. Called strike outside corner. Generous call by the ump. Sounds like a day that ends in Y. But you have Lamont Wade Jr. You're going to also have Brandon Belt, big man of the hour for the Giants tonight with 2 home runs, dead center, and 1 oppo, just line drive oppo. And then Mike Yastrzemski, absolute piss missile as well. That's going to be chopped by Lamont Wade Jr. going down, McNeil under it in left field, and that would do it for the inning. Mets head to the bottom of the 5th, still down 7-0, but do not surrender a hit for the first time all game in an inning, if my memory serves me correct. So that's a positive. Coney's to hire Epstein in the offseason. Yeah, I think that's something that is feasible, and I think that's something that we will be talking about plenty in the offseason. If you have not checked it out already, though, I did do a video on Epstein, and I discussed it further in my last video about Steve Cohen and his plan to potentially have major changes come once offseason begins, if not sooner. So make sure to check out those videos if you're interested. Broke down plenty there. Let's go Wilmer Flores. Yeah. If there's any Giant I'm rooting for tonight, his first name is Wilmer and last name is Flores. Absolutely. We won't get Epstein. We'll see, Matthew. We'll see. I'm by no means am I going to say it's not going to happen. Did you just said Theo Epstein isn't that good? I'd like to hear your reasoning as to why you feel that way. Theo wouldn't be trading anyone because he would not be the GM of the Mets. He'd be coming in as president of baseball operations. You're convinced the Mets won't give him ownership stake? I don't understand. I'm curious why you feel that way, Matthew, because there's no reasoning to suggest why the Mets wouldn't give him a minority ownership stake. This isn't like you're giving up the opposite. You know what I mean? Like if it's not like he's becoming, majority owner, it would be a minority owner. Why did Wilmer go to the Giants? Because he did. I'm trying to think. I think Wilmer signed with them as a free agent. I don't think he was traded. I think he just signed with them as a free agent. That's why. Oh, look. Gary Keaton wrong getting DoorDash tonight. At least they're eating well. 0-1 on the count. Now going to be 1-1 on the count. Nick the outside corner, but not getting the call from the ump. Kurt Casale is in the game catching. So, that's going to do it for Buster Posey, but that's all you need from Buster in a game like this. And now it's going to be 1-1, 1-2 on the count. Pardon me, here to Michael Conforto. Less money in the billionaire's pocket. Matthew, trust me, Cohen did not buy the Mets for a investment part of things. He wants to improve the club. It would not surprise me at all if the Mets gave Theo what he's looking for in a minority stake in ownership. LeMahieu 2-run bomb. Shout out to my man LeMahieu. Awesome. That's good to see. The Braves losing. Okay. The only upside here, folks, is if the Mets lose and the Braves lose. That means nothing changes. Downside is that's still another loss, and now the Mets will be 3 games below 500. Not ideal. And the 2-2. And that's going to be a curveball topped over, and that's going to be tossed to first, and there's one away. Conforto, who has struggled mightily against lefties all year long, is proving to do just that again tonight. Originally grounding 1-2 double plays last time around. Now grounding 1 to the shift, toss to first, and there's one away now. 69 pitches in for Cy Young. Oh, pardon me. Sammy Long. And it's bomb the 5th. Giants have a 7-0 lead. Steven, we're happy to have you here, buddy. I'm glad you like being here and chatting up. I do too. That it helps ease the pain for me, at least, doing these streams, especially when they're losing. Because when I'm streaming, they're losing more often than they are winning. As upsetting as that is to say. And that's going to be topped foul by JD. It's 0-1 on the count. The 94 fastball straight down the pipe. Because God forbid the Mets actually execute on fastballs down the lane. Mets get down to less than 3 back by the final series of the year in Atlanta. I'll be there. I will yell at more Braves fans and send videos. You got it, Matthew. I know that's the final series of the season. We'll see how pivotal that'll be. B-Dub, thank you, buddy. I'm happy to have you here as well. It's going to be a called strike, hanging curveball. Holy shit. That's what I mean. Like, how? Like, why? Why are you taking that, JD? 0-2 on the count. Oh, if the Yankees win tonight, that's 11 straight. Rip by JD, end of the barrel, and foul. Oh, come on. Miguel Castro's getting warmed up. He will pitch the 6th inning for the Mets. And not losing my stuff and throwing your chair. Gio, when you've been watching every single game this season and streaming so many games the way I have, you just don't have the energy or the reasoning to, get that amped up, knowing damn well this won't be the last loss the Mets have this season. And it surely won't be the last frustrating loss the Mets have this season. This is assuming they lose tonight, of course. I hope that isn't the case, but we can be a realist halfway through this game down by 7. So I appreciate that, at least that, the kind words. Correct. I'm not Frank. I've lost years off my life as it is being a fan just for the past 5 years. No need to speed up the process significantly. I have to have some self-awareness in my health. One, two here on the count, folks, for JD Davis. Keeping that bat alive. Chris, no need to apologize to me. By no means you need to apologize to me. I'm not the Mets. I cover the Mets for a living. I love them. But yes, they hurt me just like they do every other Mets fan. I know good things are going to come to this club, regardless on what the season is or not. That was such a dog shit call by the ump, however, and I'm not going to hide my profanity. Absolutely dog shit call by the umpire, and there's 2 away. You can make the argument because it was inside, but still, like, that was horrendous. Just like what we saw on the Dodgers trip. There was a call exactly like that. Who was that call on? It was on McNeil. Same exact BS call was on McNeil. Off speed pitch for a called strike right down the lane. 0-1. Jeff McNeil's up. He's 0 for 1 on the day, playing in left field tonight. No excuses for the Mets and the umpire. Gio, we're allowed to critique the umpire when it's been happening to both sides. You know, it's been happening to the Giants, I agree, but that's already been the worst call of the night. It was a complete curveball, completely out of the zone, inside, no chance. And that was a called strike 3. That was the worst call of the night so far. And that's gonna be topped opposite field foul. I'm not saying that's a game deciding call by any means. It's definitely not. But to suggest that it doesn't matter is also foolish. Chris, they're going to get bad. They are going to get better, whether that's this season or heading into the offseason. Significant moves are going to happen regardless on how this season concludes. And that's something I'm always going to be excited for because I know that this team is only going to, progress. If this team does not make any significant moves this offseason, I'll be damned. I will be absolutely damned. I feel so confident that will not be the case. And everyone should feel the exact same way. So I still believe they are going to get themselves on a little bit of run here. I hope at least, but they need to prove it to us. Just because it's 14 straight games after the series against the Giants of the Nationals does not guarantee anything. McNeil's going to get a little topper, not out of the infield. Crawford drills it at first. McNeil gets there in time, however, so he gets himself an infield single. Alley becomes a captain member, and that is meant for David Wright. I appreciate the captain membership, Alley. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone, hype in the chat for Alley or Ali. However you pronounce your name. I'm assuming it's Ali. But no less, thank you so much for the membership, my friend. I'm so happy to have you here. All right, the bullpen is now getting warmed up for the Giants. It's going to be Mr. J. Jackson. Am I happy Lindor's back in the lineup? Tremendously, yes. Oh, thank you, Chris. You're a diehard Mets fan too, buddy. Trust me. It's everyone supports the Mets in different ways. There are people that like to be more of the pessimist route. There are people that love to be the crazy optimist route where it doesn't even make sense. There's people in the middle where I like to say I'm probably more down that line. There are people that can't handle their emotions. There are people that can, no less. The majority of us in this chat right now are more than likely diehard fans. That's why you're chiming in, as there's a fly out to end the inning. Whatever. Fly to end the inning. Not even phased by it. But by Mazika. But no less, you guys are here for a reason, and we all want nothing more than the Mets to have continued success. We want to see this team succeed. It hurts more and more when they don't succeed because Mets fans have went through hell and back as it is. So I understand the frustration. I'm trust me, I hear you loud and clear. I'm part of it as well. With feeling frustrated. It doesn't help either, however, when they go through such a rough stretch, when you realize who they're going through a rough stretch with, this being the Giants and the Dodgers, the two best teams in baseball. But again, these losses, these games would not hurt nearly as much if the Mets actually set themselves up for failure in the sense of they already had one previous series, whether it was the Phillies, Marlins, they lost both those series. They only won one game in those series in a total of 7 games. They were 1 for 7 in those 7 games leading up into this 14-game stretch. So they only have themselves to blame. Injuries, schedule aside, there are all these excuses in the world. And while I agree those excuses are important, at the end of the day, they're just completely underperforming still. And like I said, I'm confident that changes are going to be made for the better, especially in a scenario where the Mets miss playoffs. Even if they make playoffs somehow, some way, which does not feel likely, I do not feel confident at all that they won't make any significant moves still. I feel damn confident that they will. They'll get to where they want to be. Do I have any managerial experience? Maybe in a couple decades, Mike. Maybe we'll get to where we want to be. Maybe. I genuinely don't believe my voice could hurt a team, but I do not stand by the notion it could benefit a team either. So we're kind of in that limbo of just kind of, being there. Just a voice. Here, give me 1 second, guys. I just dropped something on the floor, so I need to pick it up. Want to know here on the count for Brandon Belt, who's 3 for 3 tonight, a double and a triple shy of the cycle. First pitch by Trevor Williams. That's ripped. Thankfully, that's going to be a fly out because Brandon Belt's swing has looked immaculate tonight, both in favor of pulling the ball and opposite field. Just remarkable. Even that swing looked damn good, but it popped up because he got a little too under it. One away. Belt is retired for the first time tonight. Trevor Williams is pitching the sixth, might I add. Miguel Castro was warming up, but hopefully, what am I doing? I have a rein in my hand. I'm just being stupid. But no less, it looks like Williams probably going to just pitch the sixth, and Castro will be in the seventh, unless I'm proven otherwise. And the 0-0 here, and that's going to be off-speed pitch outside to Kurt Casale, who is getting his first at-bat of the night, coming in for Mr. Buster Posey, who started off tonight's game. Mike from the Av, Rory, I saw this question on the Michael K show. Should the Mets fans be rooting for Yankees? Yes. Yes. Mike, I've been tweeting it out. I said yesterday, for the next 2 days, I'm a Yankees fan. Yes, we're at that point in the Mets season. And I said late last night after the Yankees won that this is with sarcasm, folks, so please don't take it to heart. I tweeted the following. As an honest Yankees fan, this was an absolute massive dub tonight. Win tonight over the Braves. So, yeah. The Mets need everything to go their way. So this is the one exception to be rooting in favor of the Yankees, This is the one time to be a Yankees fan. I feel like every year us Mets fans reach a point where we're always being a fan of our rival teams because we actually need to be, given the standings. Curveball inside, 0-1 on the count here. Chopper tossed to Williams, who gets the first in time. And that's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Mets. They now head to the bottom of the sixth, still down by 7 runs, 12 hits to 2 in the Giants' favor. And that's actually, I'm glad you said that. I'm going to check. I believe it's a 4-2 Yankees lead to this point. Let me see if that's still the case. Phillies and Rays are tied 1-1 in the top of the seventh. That's stressful. Don't like that. Yes, Yankees are still up here against the Braves. However, Braves are trying to get some moves going. Braves have 2 on, 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. And everyone's favorite Brave, where you cannot hate the man, given just how awesome he is, Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman, that's all you can say. Is up at the plate, however, facing off against Abreu for the Yanks. So Yanks trying to get a double play ball to end the inning, and Braves trying to get a base knock to at least bring this within a 1-run game. We'll see what happens there. Across the league elsewhere, Astros up 3-0 on the Royals at this point. Brewers up 1-0 against the Reds. What a pivotal matchup that is, because the Reds are now in a wild card spot, have been playing red-hot baseball, are still a good amount of games back, just like similar to the Mets are in the first. So it's unlikely that the Reds will catch up to the Brewers, but it's not impossible for that division lead. The Mariners won 5-1 today. Rockies Cubs game got postponed. Rangers up 4-2 on the Cleveland Indians. Red Sox up 4-3 on the Twins. Red Sox have been playing such on and off baseball. White Sox up 5-0 on the Jays. I love the Jays, but I love the White Sox even more. So shout out to the White Sox. And Pirates are beating the D-backs 4-0. Angels up 13-2 on the absolutely dreadful Baltimore Orioles. And here we are, Mets, Giants, 7-0 lead for San Francisco. And thank you for 100 likes, guys. I appreciate that. We hit 100 likes in the chat tonight, folks. Thank you all so much. I appreciate that. If I'm going to be miserable, at least we got 100 likes to back it up. We're also going to see Scott Cashmere. No, Scott Cashmere is not coming back to the Mets, at least. First pitch now is going to be to Brandon Drury, who's pinch hitting here, folks. He is going to be in the pinch hitting spot for the pitcher. So Trevor Williams comes in, does not give up any runs. He does give up an unearned run that was charged to Megill, because he was in charge of that runner that was still on. But it's 1-1 here on the count now for Brandon Drury. The pinch hit came for the Mets this year. Not much fun when he's starting the game, but when he's pinch hitting, good things happen more often than not. So we'll see. 1-1 on the count here for Brandon. Called strike on the off-speed pitch atop of the zone, and it's 1-2. He's down to his final strike. Mike says, if the Mets make playoffs, will you be covering if the Mets don't make the playoffs, will I be covering the White Sox? Probably not, Mike. We might cover some type of playoff games, but I can't bet anything right now. It's a lot of uncertainty. It's kind of a wait-and-see situation. That's going to be a fly out there to fairly deep right. Getting under is Wade, and there's one away. Mets will score 3 here, says Matthew, feeling very optimistic. Brendan Nimmo's now coming up, folks. 86 pitches in for Lawn. Again, if you're a southpaw and experienced and have not faced the Mets before, more than likely you're going to pitch at least 6 no-hit shutout innings. Not no-hit, but shutout. And the 0-0. And that's going to be a fastball in, out of the zone. 1-0 on the count. Do I play games at all? What do you mean, like video games? Is that what you're referring to? The only video game I've really played this year is MLB The Show. I got really into it, and now I haven't played it in a couple months because I unfortunately have an issue when it comes to playing games. Is I want to get too into it at such a fast rate, and I devote more time than I should be. So, yeah, I'm really not a gamer. It's not something that I try to do. At least I feel I procrastinate more than anything when I'm gaming often. Brandon Nimmo gets himself a foul. Knock. So no base hit there, and 1-2 on the count still. Out front. Time to clean house? No, they're not going to clean house, but trust me, big moves are going to happen in the offseason. I will say that. You to watch MLB The Show video? Yeah, thank you, but I appreciate that. But no, yeah, I'm not the type to make that kind of content. At least not at this point in time. If you haven't checked out, there's some awesome YouTubers that do MLB The Show that I love. Light Skin Chris, good friend of mine. Make sure to check him out. Also, plenty of great names as well. Your friend Kyle, absolute beauty. Make sure to check out him. Fuzzy, of course. Awesome. Daddy Dimu. Awesome. So many great MLB The Show content creators, and Draftneck Mark, he's been doing MLB The Show content lately, always killing it. So yeah, plenty of awesome MLB The Show YouTubers. I highly suggest you check it out if you haven't. 2-2 on the count here. That's going to be popped up by Nimmo. Might be a blue pit, and it is going to be a blue pit. That's the only way the Mets can get on tonight. 1 on, 1 out. Brandon Nimmo gets on base for the first time tonight, not by a walk, but by an opposite field blue pit. Mets trying to get something, if anything, going here, as it looks like Sammy Long may be out of the game before the inning ends, depending on what transpires here next with Pete Alonso at the plate. Nimmo gets lucky there with the hit. We'll take it. 1 on, 1 out. Bomb the 6th. Oh, yes, Little Man. Little Man is awesome. I didn't even mention it. He's been so new and fastly growing in the YouTube game. Yes. Little Man, and I forget the numbers that go next to. Yes, he's awesome. Absolutely. Height does not measure heart with him. Let me tell you that. Stroman would be proud. He's literally one of the best MLB The Show content creators in the game. He's only been in here for a couple months. He's awesome. I love his content. He's fantastic. He pops on my feed all the time. I've been subscribing to him for a little bit. I think I found him over the past month. Yeah, you literally cannot dislike him. Not just because of who he is and his personality, but he's a damn good gamer too. It's not like he sucks. He's really good. Conforto gone. We'll see what free agency holds. I would not bet the house that Conforto will be gone just yet, however. So I would buckle up with the I would not stand firm on one way or the other just yet. I did see the new Spider-Man trailer. And Matt, I have to be frank with you guys. I'm going to get flack for this in the chat. I'm not one of those. Okay. I'm not a Spider-Man lifer. I'm just not. I haven't. My favorite Spider-Mans were the early 2000s Spider-Mans with the OG. Since then, I have not enjoyed it the same. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because of the acting or just in general. You're taking this out. Oh yeah. Yeah. I trust me. You guys also have to understand though that I like Tobey Maguire because I liked his awkwardness and I liked especially the Venom. I like that one a lot. I'm also not a big person when it comes to superhero movies at all. I'm not a Marvel lifer at all. I'm one of those that's just a strict casual when it comes to Avengers. I can live without watching Avengers ever again, and my life will be content. I know that's really going to offend people. My favorite superhero movies consist of the characters from Guardians of the Galaxy and Deadpool. I like more of those kind of characters than I do the stereotypical ones that everyone's come to love. Yeah, I know everyone's gonna give me flack. Venom was bad. I don't love how Venom's been portrayed. I'm excited for this year's one. I love Tom Hardy though; he's one of my favorite actors. But yeah, I didn't love the first Venom at all, but I liked it enough, so I'm gonna see the second one. With Woody Harrelson, right? But yeah, I'm not a superhero guy at all. I'm really not. I'm sorry. That's going to be off speed pitch down and out of the zone. Jay Jackson's in now to pitch. 1-on-1 out here to Alonso. The trailer looked good though for Spider-Man. It looked good. It didn't look bad. Again, unfortunately I'm not part of that cult following like I know a lot of you guys are. I'm sorry if that upsets you. Freeman just got thrown out at the plate 4-3. Good. Of course, Freeman got on base though. I knew that was going to happen. Alonso's in second. Alonso's actually been hitting pretty well in the second spot this season. Don, I can answer. Don, I'll go into his season splits when I get a chance, probably in between innings, and I'll explain further on how he's hitting in the second spot this year, shortly, to expand on that. That's going to be popped up foul. I admire though. I love the following, however, that the Marvel movies get and Spider-Man because it really gets people hyped. I love being in the movie theater where it's packed just like it is if you're at a sporting event because everyone kind of feeds off of each other. It's an exciting feeling. But yeah, I'm just one of those people that is not. I'm very much more in the nonfiction based, or I'm very much more of a realist. So not even realist when it comes to movies. I'm very complex with movies I like. Let me put it this way. My three favorite directors movie-wise are Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese, and Christopher Nolan. Like those are my three. Like, so if you understand the kind of movies they come out with, then you'll understand where I'm coming from. But it's going to be 1-2 now on the count here. 1-on-1 out. Bottom of 6, 7-0 Giants lead. Pitch number 4 underway by Jackson. And that's going to be ripped by Pete Alonso. Foul, however, the third baseline. Still 1-2. Now double for Alvarez behind Lindor and Javi. Soon, Matthew, a couple of years. You mind watching the Dodgers-Padres game later? I might, Nathan. If I stay up for it, I might. What's one playoff matchup you want to see? Oh, okay. I'll take bias aside, Mike. I won't include the Mets here. I don't even know why I'm saying bias. Let's be real. They have a tall task to make playoffs right now. But regardless, I'm not going to mention them. NL matchup I want to see playoffs-wise, probably Dodgers and Padres. But with the assumption that the Padres actually get hot, I want to see the Padres get hot for their sake and make a run. I really like what the Reds are doing right now, though. But I'd probably say Dodgers and Padres if they can get back to how they were earlier this season when those matchups were so heated. And from the AL, I think I want to see. From the AL, I it's always classic when you see Red Sox and Yanks. I would not be against that. They're always great matchups. I would, however, also like to see the White Sox and the Yanks. I'm a big White Sox on my AL team. I think that'd be sick. Or even what we're seeing right now, White Sox and Blue Jays. I would love if the Blue Jays make playoffs, but they probably won't. Pete Alonso, opposite field base hit, runner advances, and now the Mets have runners on first and second, trying to get something cooking here in the bottom of the sixth with one out. You had a double with Buxton. Matthew, what is your Mets squad? And is Buxton on your roster because of me? I guarantee it's because of me. Gems, bless up. How's it going, my man? Thoughts on McNeil, Ali? The Dodgers and Giants series proved that lines on hanging ground does not work against top. Yeah, McNeil's been struggling this year. There's no doubt in that. I think Jeff is going to get better. I think his injury has really halted his year, just like Conforto to an extent. But Jeff's also a very emotional player, and he needs to get out of the mindset that he's been, because if not, I don't know how long of a tenure he's going to have with the Mets. Joker, I really like the new Joker by Joaquin Phoenix. I like dark, how you say it, darker movies regarding either heroes or villains. I like that a lot. I know a lot of people don't like that. I think that's a more uncommon take than common, because people like, the basic stuff, but I do like dark and serious movies. Like the Joaquin Phoenix movie and the new Suicide Squad. I liked a bit too. I really liked it. Yes. Yeah. Those are two of my more favorite recent ones that have been out for sure. Yeah, I'll take those over, any Avengers movie, literally any day of the week. 101 here on the count for Lindor, folks. Yanks versus Stros, nah. It'll probably happen again, but I've seen that plenty. And I can't root for either team. That's the thing. I don't give a damn about either team. So that's not a situation I want to be in. New Halloween movie. The new Halloween movie looks solid. There's just been so many of them. I'm sure I'll watch it, but there's been so many Halloween movies. 1-2 now on the count for Francisco. Matthew, my hometown is not Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but I hope you have a great time at the hockey tournament, buddy. Javi can play third base, but he probably won't much for the remainder of the year. They're going to keep him at second more often than not. And that's fine, Matthew, about your roster. All right, guys, 2 on, 1 out. And the 1-2, that's going to be topped over by Lindor. They will get the force out there. That's all they'll be able to do, however. So there's runners on the corners. Lindor avoids the double play. They get the fielder's choice there. So runners on the corners, 2 outs. Mets are trying to tack on at least 1 run before the inning ends. And now here comes Javi Baez. Brian, I'm sorry to tell you, you're probably going to see Javi back with the Mets next year. There's good reason as to why they trade for him and gave up what they gave up to acquire him. I know that people hate his plate discipline, and that's something he needs to continue to work on, but I would not expect Javi to go anywhere, personally. All right, guys. 10 pitches in for Jackson. 7-0 Giants lead. Bottom of 6. Pardon me. And the 0-0. And that's fastball upstairs. 94. 1-0 on the count. You just lost Marte for 2-3 months. A rip. Yeah, that is a rip. Yankees still have a 4-3 lead, folks, in the top of the 6 now. Nathan, what reporters have you seen to make you believe they won't extend Javi? Let me know. I still think it's more. I still think there's a strong chance he'll be extended versus not extended. Personally, Michael Barron, nothing against Michael personally, but again, I would, trust me. Javi said it openly that he would want to come to the Mets in free agency prior to being dealt to the Mets. He more than likely will take a potentially slight pay cut to stay in Queens. He loves Lindor. Great connection there. It just feels like a match made in heaven for him to be extended personally. And that's going to be topped by Baez. Toss the second. That'll do it for the inning. Unfortunately, the Mets cannot execute runners in scoring position. Has broken record as a broken record as this is. Sounds like a day that ends in Y. Mets head to the top of the seventh, still down by 7 runs. Yeah, again, Nathan, we'll see. Again, I'm just basing things off of the realism of how everything has matched up to this point. So we'll see. We'll see. Watermelon wants a lineup of Nimmo, Buxton, Lindor, Pete, Freddie Freeman, or Rizzo, Baez, and Contreras. Wishful thinking. All right, Matthew, your MLB The Show team right now is DeGrom, Barrios, Walker, Ooh, you got Alcantara, Michael Clark. I don't have a good background on Michael Clark. You have Otani? Oh, Jesus. Bullpen, Castro, Lugo, May, and Diaz. Salary cap is on. Forced trade isn't. Okay. The season might be over. Ryan, of course the season might be over. But again, we're going to keep riding things out. We'll be back streaming tomorrow and Thursday. We're going to keep going, folks. It's just the nature of the game. If he does something like gives the Mets a discount because he's that committed to being a Met, then maybe my perception of him being a self-motivated player. Yeah, again, like I said, I think there's a lot of benefits to Javi, and he's proven that. If he had a better play discipline than leading the league in strikeouts right now, I think people would feel so much better about him. Fortunately for Javi, he's still in a great point in his career to turn around his play discipline just to an extent where it's not, leading the league in strikeouts at least. Things could not have gone worse for the Mets and their offense this year. That's why I feel so strongly that, especially with Javi, with the assumption he comes back, that, he's going to have continued success offensively. Defense, we know what we're getting there. It's going to be electric. And on the base pass is always going to be a good thing. But still, oh, wow. Freddie Freeman got drilled out at home at the last second. That's crazy. They almost tied the game. Either way, however, Miguel Castro comes in the game for the top of the seventh. 3.48 ERA. Miguel's been very solid all season long. Has had his bumps and bruises, but overall has gotten the job done. 52 appearances this year for Castro. Next live will be tomorrow. Same time, same place. Cover the Ranger play. If the Rangers make playoffs, I'm sure we will be doing something on the second account regarding that. Marte out. Nicky Vientos, Michael Hayes, Bubba Thompson, Tomas Nido, CJ Abrams from Padres, McNeil, Dom, Pete, Lindor, Javi, Buxton, Volmer Sanchez, Yulmer. Interesting line, Matthew. I love the Buxton, though. 0-1 here on the count for Donovan Solano. First at bat of the night for him. And that's going to be ripped high and foul. 0-2. Down to his final strike here in the top of the seventh. And guys, again, if you're new, if you are enjoying the stream, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 9K subs, then 10K subs. That's where we're trying to get by the end of the year. Solano rips one to Jeff McNeil, makes the catch. Jeff is just so versatile, though. He's looking like a normal left fielder right now. No problem for him. And there's one away now in the top of the seventh. Good contact by Solano, but better fielding by the non-left fielder usually, in Jeff McNeil. One away. Why do I think the Giants are doing this well? Gabe Kapler. Gabe Kapler is why I think the Giants are doing this well. I think Gabe Kapler is one of the best managers in the league. I think that he has just gelled so damn well with the Giants. I think from a personality standpoint, he resonates better with them than than you could have ever expected. Left the Phillies, as we know, did not have a good tenure in Philly. Toxic mentality again. It's hard to succeed in Philly. Why would you know? You don't want to be in Philly. But all jokes aside, San Fran, they had plenty of pieces. Still get the job done. Playoff experience, having the willingness to know what it takes to come back in the games as well. Making clutch offseason moves that have had guys really performing their best baseball of their career. A founding youth. I don't know where that comes from. I really don't. It's remarkable how many guys have been consistent for them this year, but resilience for them, depth in their pitching, and just a next man up mentality. Awfully similar to what the Mets have done back with bench mob earlier this year. But imagine that next man up mentality all year long, something that the Mets only had for a short period of time. The Giants have had all year long. They're basically the most clutch team in baseball. They lead the league in home runs. If they don't lead the league in runs, then they're definitely one of, for sure. They just do not stop scoring. Doesn't matter who's coming up to the plate. They know that they have the utmost confidence, just like the batter in front of them and behind them, to bring a run in. And again, that all goes down to Gabe Kapler. Brilliant managing on his part. Just all you can do is tip your cap to him. And as Wilmer Flores grounds out there to Lindor, shout out to Wilmer, but there's 2 away now in the top of the 7th. That's cool, Matthew, about the manager card. Exactly, Nathan. That's good, Matthew. Congratulations on the weight loss. Yes, Correa is going to be a hot topic because I know Mets fans are going to be like, let's get Carlos. Let's move him to third. Look, if Carlos Correa becomes a Met, I'll be pumped about it. We don't like Carlos during his time with the Astros, but again, if you're a Met, I'm rooting for you ultimately. Carlos, the Puerto Rican connection, you got him, Javi, Lindor. That would be just insane. They all play together, as we know, for Team Puerto Rico in the past. That'd be sick. But again, we'll see. Correa is another guy that has a strong glove, fantastic bat, clutch bat, can still hit the ball regardless of the garbage cans or not. So we'll see what happens coming for agency, but don't be surprised if the Mets go after Correa should he hit for agency, because there's no reason to believe he's going back to the Astros at this point. Correa could essentially become the Chris Bryant that the Mets fans never realized that they needed. Younger, 26 years of age, towards Bryant, who's 29, pushing 30 over the next year. Doesn't have the same versatility like Bryant in corner outfields, but again, strong glove, height, killer bat. Seager's awesome, but Seager's more injury prone, and he isn't nearly as good of a defender, especially for being shifted to third base. And the 3-1 here to Yastrzemski. He tops that one off, and that's going to be a pop-up. Playable. Under it is Lindor, and that'll do her for the inning. Mets have been gaining a bit of cruise control since the Giants have given a 7-run lead. Now the Mets have the bottom of the 7th, trying to get a rally going. Yeah, that's it. Mets trying to get something going here, folks. Just hit a hobby bomb. Love to see it. Help us get to 130 likes by the end of the stream, guys. Again, if you're chiming in, appreciate your support. Gerald, Beatty's glove isn't anything crazy, but I think the Beatty stigma with his defense on third base, from what I've seen going back to spring training even, is that it's not nearly as bad as what you make it out to be. Pete Alonso was deemed as basically strictly a DH, cannot play first. As we know, Pete is not a gold glover every single day at first, but he surely is not a problem every day at first. He gets a job done and then some for them. I think Beatty finds himself in a similar category. Beatty has also been toyed in left field, I believe, this season. So it's going to be curious to see what his utilization will be as he grows as a player. But no less, Beatty is deemed as the better third baseman to this point over a guy like Mark Vientos, for instance. Yes, you did, Matthew. All right, Mets fans, if there's one thing that we can say about tonight is that all we need is for one New York team to win tonight, okay? We just need one New York team to win tonight. It doesn't matter who it is. We just need one of them to win tonight. So, Mets don't prevail. Let's go Yanks. They're still up 4-3 right now. Conforto, opposite field. Oh, foul. Son of a dick. Michael trying to hit for that opposite field. 0-2 on the count. So close. Brett Beatty will not be called up for at least another 2 years. Eddie Rosario, I'm not interested personally. Yeah, no. Eddie's not a superior defender at all. Nothing that I would look at more than a bench piece. And that's going to be, oh my God, like curveball inside. Michael, no chance on the lefty. Strikes out. One away here in the bottom of the seventh. It is not the same old Mets. And trust me, if you've been following along since what they've done in the offseason, you would know that's not the case. I'm not going to beat a dead horse as to why the Mets are on the spot they are right now. It's so many different reasons, but trust me when I say that this has been a season that has gone wrong in every single way, shape, or form for the Mets. The only positives the Mets have had this year is their pitching. That has been their stronghold. That's why that they are still somewhat afloat, if at all, in the NL East. They would not be anywhere if it wasn't for their pitching this year. But again, they're going to make some big moves in the offseason. And once we get closer to that time, we'll definitely talk about it for sure. Trust me, the offseason discussions is going to be crazy, guys. You guys have no idea. You guys do have an idea. If you guys have been on the channel long enough, if you start following me in the offseason, that's how we came to be where we are right now. That's why I made the channel, starting by discussing offseason moves. Anyone and everyone the Mets are interested in, I will be discussing. We will have player breakdowns on. And if it's a solid reasoning to land them or not, we'll be doing lists of my top 10 or top 5 players I think the Mets should go after. We'll be having live streams for free agency live streams that we did weekly, multiple times a week once the offseason hits. We'll be doing live streams when the Mets land players, sharing our initial reactions because, those things always pop up. We all love to share our reactions as things happen live. No less, a lot of crazy stuff's going to happen in the offseason. Yes, Rosie is raking this year. I'm happy for him. Still struggling to get on base consistently, but he's raking, and I'm happy for Amazin. The 1-2. And that's going to be ripped by JD Foul. Again, Mets and foul balls go together like cheese and wine. 1-2 here on the count with one away. Bomb the 7th. Speaking of Rosario, when I went to the Cyclones game a month or so ago, I got this because it's only like, what was it, like $20, I think, for this awesome bobblehead, as you guys can see. They don't really hold together well, but it's Michael Conforto and Rosario high-fiving. I don't know why it is the way this. They didn't play together. I'm almost certain they didn't play together for the Cyclones. I'm pretty damn sure they didn't, but no less, it's Conforto and Rosario here. Just because I know Conforto made his MLB debut before Rosario did. So unless I met, yeah, I don't. Maybe they did. I don't know. I don't think that they did though. But no less, yeah, it's Conforto and Rosario. Now it's 2 out. Here's Jeff McNeil, 1 for 2 with a single tonight. On 1 on the count. What are the chances the Mets of getting Correa? I can't give you 1 out of 10 right now. It's way too early to even say that, honestly. Will JD be on third next year? I really doubt it. I really doubt it. If he's on this team next year, it'll be because he's DH, in my opinion. And that'll do it for the inning, folks. Mets 6 outs away from having a dreadful start to this series against the San Francisco Giants. Oh, it's saying that, folks. I'll be right back. I just have to use the restroom quick, but stay beautiful, stay classy. I know you're miserable, but we'll continue to be miserable together. I'll be back in 1 second, everybody. All right, so there's been one out since my pee break. The Giants, here is Ruff now pinch-hitting tonight, first at bat of the night. I'm assuming he's pinch-hitting unless there's a switch. Either way, it's 1-1 on the count here from Castro. ABC, no one blocked you. I think you just got timed out for maybe spamming. I'm honestly not sure. It wasn't me. It's just what my mods are doing. Look at Larry with the optimism. Mets win 9 in a row after tonight. Braves lose 9 in a row. I like your thinking. Might as well think irrationally because that's all we got at this point, right? Guys, we didn't want to win tonight's game anyways. Odor hit a homer. Oh, Nathan. Oh my God, I've never been so happy to see Rutan and Odor hit a home run for the Yanks. My goodness. There's gonna be a walk, however, and Lamont Wade Jr. is coming up to the plate for his 5th time tonight for San Francisco. Man, if the Mets could have at least had 5 at bats per hitter tonight, that would have been something. But this is the Mets we're talking about. They only have like what, 2 hits to this point. Either way. Giants up now. Lamont Wade Jr. 1 for 4 tonight with a home run. That's going to be top foul. 0-2 now on the count. ABC, I appreciate the love, brother. I love you too. Thank you so much for the support. That's going to be a top foul. Hit Mazika. Let's see if Patrick's okay. Looks like it might have hit him on the side or just somewhere where he doesn't have protection on. So they're going to check on Patrick, make sure all is fine on his end. And if so, it's still 0-2 on the count, however. And then we'll have Brandon Belt to deal with should the inning continue. We need a miracle. Nah, at this point, we're gonna just hold this L and we're gonna hope the Yankees win and sweep that Braves series so nothing changes in the standings. If the Braves, Phillies lose, we can handle this loss tonight. Like I said, if the Braves and the Phillies lose, we can handle tonight's loss. Oh, off speed pitch away. Castro not helping Mazika out at all, who's just got a little beaten up from the pass pitch, making him work around some more. Tampa up 3-1. Ooh, baby. It's going to be a little chopper toss to first, and he will be safe. Oh, they got the runner hung up, and he will also be safe. So Mazika goes to third, but Ruff still gets the third in time. Odd sequence of events. The Mets have had no benefit at all on the defensive or offensive side of the ball today. Okay, so again, it was a soft chopper on the end of the barrel. Toss to first. Good drill by JD. Just unfortunately could not get there in time. Pete then tosses it at first. Late hop to Mazika, who was covering third. And just could not get in, unfortunately. Runners on the corners, 1 out. A sac fly will make it a 8-0 ball game for the Giants. Thor is going to be making rehab start sooner than later. We don't know the date yet, but yes, Zach Scott did say the next course of action for Thor should be rehab. We'll see how long that is too. If he's going to be utilized as a reliever, it shouldn't be too long of a rehab stint, hopefully. And DeGrom will be having an MRI tomorrow to follow up on things. Matthew, you're doing what the Mets should be doing tonight in your MLB The Show game. Good job. 98 heat off the plate, however. 1-0 on the count. Brandon Belt is on. He is the exact hitter you want if you're a Giants fan tonight to be in this position. 3 for 4 tonight, 2 home runs and a single, and he has had phenomenal home runs, might I add, tonight. Deep center and Oppo. And now that's going to be Oppo base hit. Yep. No chance. A run comes in. It's 8-0 Giants. They're going to check to see if there was an out. I think Javi said he thinks he got him. I'm not sure either way. There are runners on first and second, and that'll be another RBI for Brandon Belt, who at this point looks like he has an infield hit, unless they say based on fielder's choice. Javi thinks he got him out. We'll see here. However, it doesn't matter. Mets not challenging the call. Don't really blame them at this point. 8-0 deficit. I think they're just going to embrace it at this point. If they haven't already. I mean, they haven't done anything offensively at this point to make you think that they haven't embraced it. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's game. Really looking forward to tomorrow's game. Meaning that I'm looking forward to being over with this one. Looking forward to being over with this game, man. You guys knew the Mets were going to get shut down from a no-name southpaw today. Like that, the writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall. And it's 1-2 now on the count. Pardon me. The logic of not being familiar with a starting pitcher makes sense. Yes, it does make sense, but again, there isn't a you can't come up with enough excuses to really make use of the Mets being this abysmal against most lefties all year long. Most, not all. They've jumped on a couple, most notably Montgomery from the Yanks and David Price 2 days ago in LA. But that's really been it. And that's a strikeout. And now there's 2 away, folks, on Casali, the catcher. Alex Dickerson's up now. He's 2 for 4 on the day, batting 500 with 2 singles, 13 bombs, and 38 RBIs, and a 751 OPS on the season for the corner outfielder. And that's going to be a pitch on the inside, out of the zone, 1-0 on the count. We should get Epstein, Davis, and Beltran. Only one of those things feels actually realistic, if you ask me. And I'll let you figure out which one that is, Riley. And that's going to be topped over foul. 1-1 now on the count. We didn't challenge that because I think it's mainly because we're down by 8 runs. To be honest with you, Brandon, I think it's because we're down by 8 runs. And that's going to be a pop-up. J.D. Davis getting under it, and that'll do her for the inning. Mets get out of the inning, not unscathed, however, do give up a run to add on to the now monstrous 8-0 lead. Giants have 14 hits to the Mets 4, as the Mets had the bottom of the 8th. Mets have 6 outs to record at least 8 runs. We'll see what they can do. I agree with you, John. And yes, Tylor Chatwood is coming in the game now, folks. The same Tylor Chatwood who gave the Giants the ultimate loss in extra innings back when the Mets got their lone win against San Fran a week ago. Thanks to Mr. Kevin Pillar right here. And if you guys, again, are wondering why I have a Kevin Pillar jersey, it's because I said months ago when Pillar got hit and, came up and was a champ after getting drilled in the face, I felt determined to get a Pillar jersey. I loved what he was doing. I know he struggled a lot this year, but I'm a big Kevin Pillar fan regardless. And a good friend and great subscriber on the channel, and Dave sent this my way, so shout out to Dave as well. But we were even wearing the Pillar jersey that game when he hit the 3-run shot in extras in San Fran. So, yeah, just throwing that out there if you guys didn't know. Why Tyler? You should look from a Giants perspective. Why wouldn't you put Tylor Chatwood out when you have an 8-run lead? Okay, if you have a reliever that's been, up and down or even garbage, this is garbage time. This is garbage time for a pitcher to try to get some confidence in innings. This is the exact perfect time for the Giants, I must say, to bring in Tylor Chatwood because they have little to no risk. And the Mets come back, like I said, we will be raffling off a jersey right away on the channel for tomorrow's stream. That's where I stand right now. So, yeah, from a Giants perspective, it makes all the sense in the world. Thoughts on Steve Cohen's and Terry Collins' altercation this evening? Riley, what are you talking about? That smells like cap, Riley. First pitch is going to be a called strike for Tyler Chatwood. And that's how we get underway now in the bottom of the eighth. Look, Riley, if you follow me on Twitter, could you please tag me into what you're referring to? I'd appreciate it. And that's going to be a called strike at the knees. And 0-2 on the count now to Patrick Mazeika. So, I mean, Terry doesn't have Twitter, so it has to be coming from a secondary source or something. I don't know. And 0-2. And big swing and miss by Mazeika. Quick work by Chatwood. And there's one away. Riley, just tag me in it if you saw something on Twitter, if you're able to. Dom Smith is coming in, folks. He's going to be pinch hitting now in the bottom of the eighth. First pitch is going to be outside now, and it's 1-0 on the count. Why can't we hit? Because that's been the story of the Mets season. And that's going to be chopped off foul by Dom. 1-1 on the count. And the 1-1. And that's going to be a pitch inside on Dom. 2-1 now on the count. The 2-1. Big swing and miss by Dom on the off-speed pitch. He's down to his final strike. 1 out, no on. Bottom of the eighth. Mets are inching nearer to one of their worst losses of the entire season. Down 8-0 to the league-leading San Francisco Giants. That's going to be a called strike inside corner, no swing. Dom, I don't know why you wouldn't swing there. You're in a pinch hit situation to swing the bat. It's better to strike out than to not swing at all. Yeah, 2-way here in the bottom of the eighth. Do we have any hits? Yes, we have 4, JJ. Did I expect to sweep this series? No, I did not. I just wasn't expecting it. Look, everything that I haven't expected this year has happened, so I should just have zero expectations. Or expect the worst, always. It's going to be hacked away foul. And the 1-1. And that's going to be ripped foul. Nimmo looks like he was in some pain there. I think he's okay, though. I do not have an Instagram, Matthew, no. But once we get one made for the account, I'll definitely let you guys all know. 1-2 here on the count of Nimmo. Mets facing their final out of the inning. And the 1-2, and that's fastball upstairs. 2-2. And that's going to be topped over foul again by Nimmo. 2-2 still. Two and two still on the count, folks. And pitch. And that's going to be right into the shift. And that'll do it for the inning. Mets head to the top of the ninth, down 8-0. 3 outs away from losing the series opener against the San Francisco Giants. The Braves have 2 days off after tonight's game. And then they're in San Francisco, believe it or not. So, yeah, the Braves have 2 days off. I'm almost certain. Then they're in San Fran, and then they're in LA. I don't live in NYC, no. I used to reside in Long Island when I grew up, when I was very young. But I've lived in Pennsylvania for the majority of my life. Yeah, just again, I know that all these guys have dealt with injuries this year, but the OPS drop is just, man. If these Mets hitters perform like they have in recent years, what their norm has been at this point, Mets would be in an amazing spot right now. They really would be. They would be at least 10 games over 500 at least. Could easily be pushing 15. They could be they could be right up there with the Yankees right now if they actually hit their weight, but they can't even do that, feels like. It is unbelievably boring to watch. There's no denying that. When the Mets can't even squander, more than an average of 5 hits a night and like 1 or 2 runs, it's horrendous. Are they showing the moon on the SNY coverage cam right now? That's what we've reached that point in the game, folks. We're looking at the moon and its craters. That's cool, yes. Darren, just take your cup of coffee, espresso, get ready for your early work day, my man. It's okay, Darren. It's okay. Yankees, let me put it this way. The Braves and the Phillies are in line to not do well either tonight, so it's okay. We can handle an L tonight as of now. But I appreciate you being everyone hyping the chat for Darren, the best Mets fan from the UK you'll ever think. Big swing and miss there by Hembry, who's making his Mets debut. Hembry, the former San Francisco Giant this season, also was a Cincinnati Red. Was recently picked up by the Mets, 8 for 10 in save opportunities this year. 6.38 ERA, but that's unbelievably deceiving. He has a just over 3 ERA, what expected ERA this year. So he's gotten very unlucky and has some lively fastball and overall pitches that he's dealing with. And Hembry is the 62nd player to be in the lineup for the Mets this year. 62nd. Let that sink in, folks. What's your thoughts on the Braves releasing Ozuna today? I didn't see that they released Ozuna today, but it makes perfect sense. I mean, that guy might never play in the league again. I mean, I don't understand how you can justify Marcel being in the league after what Yasiel has been treated with when, for Yasiel's sake, Puig, it's all been things that, he's been accused of, but he hasn't been tried for to this point, I don't believe. There's even worse people in the league still to this day, as we know. But the league is trying to get better at that, or at least hopefully teams are, with not having a tolerance for that. Yankees are not a good example with Chapman and Domingo Germán. It's baseball first for them. But yeah, Ozuna, not surprised. And that's going to be a base hit. Second base knock for Wilmer Flores tonight. 1 out, 1 on. Shout out to Wilmer. I'm happy he got a base hit. Good for him. Yeah, Bauer again. We're not gonna beat a dead horse with Bauer. Any of these guys, it's really not worth it, guys. And that's something that's out of my jurisdiction as well. So not gonna worry about that. And first pitch is going to be a called strike down the lane on the off-speed pitch by Hembree. So 1-on-1 out, top of the ninth. Here from Mike Yastrzemski, who has a 2-run shot on the night with 20 bombs, 50 RBIs, and a 768 OPS on the season for the right fielder. What happened with Chapman? Domestic abuse stuff. Look it up, Das, if you want the details. There's also a fantastic breakdown on Chapman as well on Baseball Doesn't Exist channel. So if you want to check him out, definitely do so. Check out that video. Oh, and 2 on the count. And that's going to be Familia's an interesting story, though, Riley, because I'm almost certain, didn't his girlfriend or his wife drop the charges? Wasn't it one of those things where they ended up not going to court because she dropped them all? My memory's not mistaken. Oh, 2 on the count. And that's going to be a ball. 1-2 now on the count. And the 1-2. And that's ripped to right, but foul. Still 1-2 on the count. Did the Phillies lose? Awesome. And a 1-2. And that's hacked away foul to the left side. Still 1-2 on the count. Phillies lost. Let's go, baby. Love to see it. Did the Braves officially lose 2, or is that game not done yet? Let me know in the chat, guys. Did both the Braves and the Phillies lose tonight? If so, then this is the perfect time for the Mets to get blown out. No better time for the Mets to get blown out than tonight. Why did they send him down to AAA? I didn't know that. Just hit a Buxton bomb. Massive dub. Future Met Byron Buxton right there, folks. Braves haven't lost yet. Braves are in the 8th. I figured. Yeah, I had a feeling that was getting a little quick. And that's going to be a strikeout on Yastrzemski. Nice strikeout there by Hembree, folks. Giants are down to their final out of the inning here in the top of the 9th as they have a commanding 8-0 lead. Blaze have the time run out the plate. Great, of course. What's the score in that game? Is it 4-3, 5-3? What is it? And the Owoto Estella half swing called strike, 0-1 on the count. Mets can still hit 2 grand slams. Pretty sure they've only hit like 2 grand slams all season long. But yeah. They can always do 2 in a night. Who says no? 5-3? Okay. Hacked away foul. 1-1 on the count. Riley is very attractive to Marcell Ozuna's wife. I learned something new today. The 1-1. Hacked foul. Giants down their final strike of the inning. Yankees just went up on the Braves. Even more, Gerald, or are they still just up 5-3 right now? Need discomfort? That's not surprising. Let's come back, bro. Speaking into existence. And that's going to be ripped to first. That'll do her. Mets head to the bottom of the 9th. They're down by 8 runs. Let's get her back, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. We only need, guys, we only need 8 runs and 3 outs. Only 8. Only 8. We're feeling all right. We're feeling all right. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. As much as I want to bring Gigi in, I can't waste her magic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. The one time you'll see me say something, there's no point in bringing Gigi in when you can't get enough magic. No Gigi tonight, folks. Sorry. Riley, do I love you? I don't know. You've been acting a little sus tonight. Yes, Jermaine, I will be back here tomorrow, same time, same place for the same game. What's your honest opinion on Mets playoff chances? Yeah, very slim. Very, very slim. At this point, I was feeling 30%. We've dropped down into the 20% range. Probably at best for Mets playoffs right now. Not impossible, not likely, however. Unhinged Yank, guys, everyone, guys, even if you're not a Yankees fan, please make sure to check out my good friend at Unhinged Yankees. He does really great content, especially when we get into the time of the Subway Series. We'll be doing things together, so stay tuned for that. Thank you again for the donation, my man. We try to at least to help you guys out. I mean, the Yanks are still up right now, heading into the 9th. So if you guys sweep that series, then hey, it's all I could ask for. I don't care how much of a blowout tonight's game is because nothing will change in the standings. I can live with it. We just lose a game. That's literally it. First pitch to Alonso is going to be a fastball in. That's going to be a called strike. But shout out to you for the dono, my man. I appreciate it. Guys, we were all Yankees fans yesterday and today. So, well, we appreciate that, my man. You did us good. 11 straight. This is as far as I go when it comes to wishing the Yankees success, unless they play the Phillies and the Braves again this year, which I don't believe they do. So I think this is where our lines will, pass and stop. But I appreciate the donation no less. That's going to be chopped by Alonso, of course. Oppo base hit for Pete, and that's how things get started in the bottom of the 9th. We're getting a rally going, folks. Ori, have you had any second thoughts about turning down my suspicion? Mets didn't. Gerald, Gerald, check out my video I did earlier today, Gerald. I made complete reference to you, actually, Gerald. So make sure you check that out, buddy. Calling it now. The Mets will load the bases, get into a double play, and a pop out. First pitch to Lindor is going to be inside. 1-0. And guys, if you did not see it already, I do have a new video on the channel. Please make sure you check it out. Tyler, we need a rally Manscaped. No, not right now. Not right now. We will be doing Manscaped ad reads probably to get those out on the channel, regardless. Like just me talking about Manscaped. But of course, guys, if you haven't already, please make sure to check out manscaped.com and use WardyNYM20 as the discount code. It would really mean a lot, guys. Get 20% off plus free shipping on anything you would possibly want from Manscaped. You can get the Lawnmower 4.0, which is tremendous. I use it all the time. It works fantastically. The best literally ball trimmer you could. And I'm not even trying to get weird with you guys. It's legit. It's awesome. Take it from me, who's actually been having the privilege of using it. They have a shaving kit now. They have cologne. Literally, they have cologne that smells immaculate for just yourself, however you want to use it. They have a nose trimmer. They have the best boxer briefs you could ask for that literally you feel like they feel like shorts. They're so nice. They have everything else. Lindor takes a fastball inside, 3-1 on the cap. But yes, if you guys are interested in all those products and you'd like to support the channel the way that they have been throughout the summer, again, please make sure to check out WardyNYM20 to get free shipping. 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. So yeah, we got to get those ad reads in. And starting September, guys, we have a massive sponsor coming on the channel. You're going to see endless ad reads of me with this sponsor, but for good reason. I think a lot of you guys are going to get absolutely amped about this product. Some of you guys probably know about this product already, especially as we are getting into the football season, if that's a hint towards anything. So guys, stay tuned. September is going to be a massive sponsor on the channel. So I'm going to hope that I get all the continued support from you guys. It would mean the world to me. That is how we make things continue up and running here on my end, from support from other people, sponsors like Manscaped, and now this other one. So stay tuned. That's your hint. It's significant, like big deal. I can't wait to use it in my personal, like just for myself, and everything. Just that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with. Very exciting. And I think you guys are really gonna enjoy when you find out about it. If you don't know about it already, Lindor gets himself what potentially would have been a double play. They get the force out, however, and that's gonna just get one away now in the bottom of the ninth. It is not FanDuel. It is not FanDuel. All right, 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth, folks. Javi Baez trying to advance his good friend in Lindor from first to at least second here. And first pitch to Javi is going to be fastball inside. It's going to be 1-0 on the count. It's not DraftKings either, but you guys are thinking in the right direction. Big swing and miss there by Lindor. Pardon me, Baez, not Lindor. Lindor's the one on base, and it's 1-1 on the count. You're a Mets, Giants, Knicks, and Rangers fan. So am I. Just I'm a Steelers fan instead of the Giants. Have a good one, Watermelon. 2-1 now on the count here to Javi. Guys, Gigi, my bunny, has just been collapsing in the cage. She's been literally laying down flat almost the entirety of the stream. She's so fed up with the Mets and their lack of offensive success. She's turned away. She can't look at the TV. She's fed up. And I don't blame her. She's just absolutely distraught with this team right now. Mets are 2 outs away from going, have 3 games below 500 on the season. Season worst. 3-1 on the count. Javi pops one up, and that'll be the second out of the game. Gerald, if you go on my channel, it's literally the first video you'll see. It's pinned on the channel. It's the first thing you'll see. It's talking about the Mets Cubs blockbuster that didn't happen and why it fell through. So that is the video. Do we bring Javi back? I'll be surprised if Javi doesn't get re-signed, personally. And first pitch, Conforto's inside on the off-speed pitch. It's 1-0. Mets are down their final out, folks. What an exciting stream this was today. My goodness, guys, there's nothing more that I wouldn't have wanted things any other way. And I can't stress that enough. Tonight could not have gone better for us Mets fans. Big swing and miss from Conforto. Fastball outside. It's 1-1. Ooh, fastball way up. No chance. 2-1 on the count. Yes, I know Yachty's re-signed for another year. It's what the Cardinals have been doing for years, it feels like. The 1-year re-signs. And the 2-1. Big swing and miss by Michael. No chance on that one. 2-2. Mets now their final strike of the night. Have a good one, Ryan. I am streaming tomorrow. Yep. I'll be here tomorrow. 2-2 on the count. And Conforto tops one. Foul? He's still 2-2 on the count somehow. And a 2-2. Conforto takes a curveball upstairs. 3-2. Full count now to Michael. Boss, this wouldn't be the first time you watched a Mets game that didn't go in their favor, my friend. Bold of you to make the claim, great, at least my time watching this game. We all have at some point, right? That's going to be topped off. Foul, still 3-2 to Michael. And the 3-2. All right, and that's going to be Michael takes a 2-out walk. All right, Mike. That's fine. JD Double D Davis coming up, folks. 2 on, 2 out here. And this is unfortunately where the game is going to end. JD is over 3 for the day with 2 strikeouts. Two on, two out. The pitch. Holy shit. It hit JD in the head. Oh my God. Pardon my profanity, guys. I hope JD's okay. That's wow. He drilled him. He's going to first without a problem, though. I hope it kind of skid. I don't know how it skid off his head. That's terrible. JD's a true. JD wears a big effing helmet, though. So it looks like it definitely took all of that, which is good. That's an upside of having a big helmet. But I hope JD's okay, though. That's always scary. That went right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, oof. Okay. It looks like it probably skimmed more off the helmet, but the back of the head is scary stuff. So I think JD's okay. But yeah, it skimmed the back of the helmet. Bases loaded with 2 outs, folks. That skimmed the back of his head. That's crazy. You don't see that often. Jeff McNeil was 1 for 3 on the day with a single. You're starting left fielder tonight. And the 0-0. Curveball upstairs, no avail. 1-0 on the count. If you guys are just chiming in, Giants are 1 out away from winning this one. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the Mets, however. And Jeff McNeil, the 1-0 pitch, big swing and miss on the curveball, out of the zone. No chance. 1-1 now on the count. B-Dub, I don't even know who timed you out, buddy. So I don't even know what you said. So I'd refrain from jumping the gun on that one. You've been good in the chat. Let's not, switch things on us now. And the 1-1. Half swing by Jeff. Does he go? He does not. It's now 2-1 on the count. The 2-1. That's going to be a curveball inside. 3-1 to McNeil. Mets, Mets are 1 pitch away from walking in a run. I didn't even know Hernandez ejected a fan, but I'm not surprised. That fan probably had a better eye at the plate, though, than he does. Oh, my God. And McNeil pulls one right to first base. End of the game, folks. That'll do her. Thank you all so much that dealt through this hell that was a baseball game with me. I commend you immensely for having the nerve. For all you guys that actually stayed in this entire stream, my absolute tip of the cap to you. That takes guts. Horrendous loss, worst loss of this entire stretch, even worse than the Sunday game against the Dodgers, a week or so ago. I think everyone could argue there. So Mets are now 3 games below 500. As things stand right now, they're 7 games back again, but the Braves are on the verge of losing, and the Phillies lost today. So as long as the Braves lose, nothing changes in the standings, luckily for the Mets. So while obviously it's important to win as many games as possible, the Mets lucked out tonight 100% with how the games are looking for both the Braves and the Phillies. So tough game. Part of me feels happy that the Mets got blown out, however, and not a tight game to lose. Blowouts, I feel I can deal with better, just knowing that they can come back the next day and hopefully just kind of rewrite the script. One-run games against the best teams of baseball and still coming up short hurt more than anything, knowing that they're competing right there and just can't get it. Giants had a statement game here. We'll see how the Mets go about things tomorrow. But I will be live on the channel again tomorrow, everybody. So if you're excited, looking forward to tomorrow's stream, and the Mets try to avoid the series loss, which would be another series loss for the Mets here, which would be 4 straight series losses if they do in fact lose tomorrow. So big matchup. Hopefully they can turn things around, get the offense going. Because again, no name southpaws or Randy Johnson for the Mets. It is what it is. But I want to thank everyone again so much for chiming in this stream that have been here this entire time or just chiming in now. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a great night. Maybe watch the Dodgers and Padres game if you're staying up, if you're on the East Coast, doing whatever you're doing. I don't know. No less, I appreciate your support. I'm excited to be back on the channel streaming tomorrow and hopes that the Mets have a better game than what they had today, because really could not have gained any worse than an 8-0 defeat to the Giants. So thank you all so much again for the support, everybody. Love and appreciate you all. We'll be back on the channel tomorrow right around the same time, 6:40. And as always, let's go Mets, guys. Down 3 games below 500, but luckily it doesn't look like the standings will change tonight. So we can take that one and move forward. Talk to you guys again soon.